Oh, I'm not the only
Hello,
one who
hello.
remembers that shit.
Hey,
Hey,
yo, how's everyone doing?
What?
Huh?
All right,
doing
what's up?
good.
Oh, sorry, wrong call.
My bad.
I think I'll just. Boop.
No, I was doing that, but I'm also writing out a tweet.
Oh yeah.
Stretchy arm and extendo fingers?
Stretchy arm and extendo fingers.
Let's go.
uh, got you. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Justin,
Mark.
And I'm Philip.
and you're watching or listening to episode 411 of DangIT Prodcast. Welcome back, everybody. We got some news in the gaming world of things, as well as
Now to Phil with the news. Phil.
Yeah. Here you go, Phil.
Real fucking funny.
Tell me I'm wrong.
A little bit. I'm just detailed. That's all. I apologize.
No,
Phil,
I
you are
don't.
the expert.
Nah, it stretches our time. It's fine. It'll make
That's
for great
fair.
reviews.
Phil is the Ollie. And now here's Phil with the
I'm
games.
hearing you. I'm typing it in before I roast your ass right now. Give me a minute.
And here's Phil with the games, Phil.
And in comes an eye. Where's the justice?
Where's justice?
Justice.
Vengeance.
I'm vengeance.
Oh,
Where are
boy.
the other drugs going?
Huh?
Swear to me.
Swear to me? All
Where
right.
were the other drugs going?
What are you doing? The line from the room where like the line from the room where Lisa's on the roof and he's just got like I forgot the kid's name, Denny, and he's on the roof and he just almost bought drugs and they
Mhm.
caught him.
Uh-oh.
And so she's like holding them and he's just like, "Where are the drugs, Denny? What did you do to him, Denny?"
That's literally taken from The Dark Knight Begins.
and he's just like, "I don't know. I don't have the drugs.
I don't have the drugs.
What did you do
I
to
do
him?"
not know where the drugs are.
I fucking love the roof so much.
All right. So
Oh, this is so good.
y'all have like a separate like chat box open for what Knives saying here. Says I want my copy of Baton Zero.
I don't know what Anaya's on
Eyes
right now, but
ballin'.
he's just having a day right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah. He woke up and chose a different side today. Oh boy, but real quick, well, I mean, asterisk, like real quick. I know with Phil here, we're gonna definitely. I mean, I already had like my own like corner of games news and whatnot, but just wanted to, because we cover it like for the channels, both of them. Just quick little corner on the anime and manga side of things. I didn't get to talk about it because it was before I watched it on last podcast, but Spy X Family episode 5. Shout out to that one specifically. Was not expecting the premise to be as simple as what it is. Something I've seen before, and also, what was that?
The fuck was that?
Sorry, I was trying to get the link and I think I accidentally opened the video. Don't worry about it.
Okay, all right, gotcha.
Keep going. I
It's like,
fixed
what
it.
the hell?
I fixed it.
But yeah, animation is really clean in this one. Episode 6 is also like really nice, really cool.
Spy Family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably watching it tonight.
Okay, gotcha. I won't really say much, but it's good. It's really good. There's a lot of
last episode was great.
Meme potential on this one. I'll say that.
There's been meme potential at all.
Oh, that's fair. You're right. I'll yield. Also in the manga corner, My Hero Academia has come back after its 3-week break, so I'm looking forward to the new chapter. Also caught up with Dragon Ball Super's manga, that latest chapter they have. I know that, like they have like less than a week for the next update, so we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that's pretty much it on me. But the asterisk portion, Mark, is there anything you want to shout out as far as anime and manga?
I would say Spy Family doing great.
Okay,
Love After World Domination, also great.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely recommend checking that out if you haven't. It's a sleeper this season. And I mean, there's a lot of manga I could shout out, but for right now, I'll just say, hey, if you want to go just support, if you just want to go check out a series, if you like it, keep reading it, and if you don't have to. But if you want to support it, it's got an interesting premise. Go check out Super Smartphone.
I know smartphone.
Yes.
So I think in Japanese it's actually called sugoi smartphone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I the best thing about Dr. Stone was like this part like in the anime in the sub version where it's like, you know what the best invention we can come up with right now?
Smartphone.
It's like oh yeah, so those things are really nifty, those smartphones.
Oh my god.
Eventually they get there, but it's like, yeah, we're a little ways off from there. But yeah, for sure. But I guess that's pretty much it as far as the anime and manga section over there. We got a nice thing is a couple bits here. Spy X Family is also great for him. Super Smartphone is decent with the thumbs up emoji, so all right.
But you can say it's got an interesting premise, and I'm hoping to see it.
Anaya over here in the chat, but not in the actual podcast. My god.
Like I'd like to see
Classic
Justin's
Anaya.
take on it, but he'd have to read it first, and I don't know if he's gonna do that.
Up to viewers' discretion.
We'll see if Justin checks it out. We'll see, maybe, who knows.
We'll see. It took a lot of energy for me to like read that chapter for Dragon Ball Super. I was like, okay, I'm glad I did, but it was kind of tough for me to just kind of like push forward to that.
Damn, man, it was that hard.
Yeah, like I don't know, like anything that's kind of like somewhat falls outside of like my realm. It takes a little bit more effort to kind of jump into that.
He's like, but effort.
But effort, dude. I will say, oh, I totally forgot about it. What was it? The Skeleton Knight anime, actually. I learned
the night, the one that's got a really brutal first episode.
It has a couple episodes. It's one of those things where like,
but is it as bad as the first episode?
Like, no, not as bad, but it's like it's one of those things where it's like, why this again? Not every episode's like that, but it's like 3 out of 4 episodes.
So majority of them.
Yeah, so as much as I like Skeleton Knight as far as like the character and just like really he kind of carries the show with his character, but unfortunately part of that world really like pushes forward the consistency that is a very toxic patriarchy. Which women are anyway.
Yikes.
It's pretty bad on that front, but they really do not dwell on it aside from just like showing men in the most disgusting manner. But aside from that,
would you say it's like to a point where it's like unrealistic how bad it is, or to a point where it's like, yeah, it's okay, they're skating that line between realistic and unrealistic?
It's tough because they're diving into like a different race entirely.
But like besides human?
Yeah, besides human.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a level of realism there. It's just that like it's kind of, I mean, maybe this is just like the quote unquote innocence in me, but it's kind of weird. It's like this is a little too this is too often. Like I'll allow the one like antagonist to be like that, but no more than that.
You're like, we have the one bad guy,
but there's literally multiple bad guys that are just as disgusting like that. Well, there was something else. Oh yeah, about the anime actually. The opening, I learned about this. Sung by that one guy, Palik, on YouTube. He's, if you guys don't know him, he's a guy who does a lot of like covers, whether it be just like your typical song or the anime opening. He does both like a dub and a sub type of opening cover, and apparently they just reached out to him and he actually did the opening for this one. And ooh. I was like, that, like, I love this guy's voice because it has like like lack of better words, it has like a certain like star power to it.
Star power.
Yeah, that's all I can really describe it as. It's great.
What?
The musical notes start the musical notes start glowing blue with lightning, like on Guitar Hero.
Said star power. Oh, star power. I thought you meant the star power up from like Mario. My bad.
I honestly, Phil, thought you were going to say star platinum.
Son of a bitch. No.
But yeah, all you gotta do is just like type up Skeleton Knight opening and you'll hear them. It's like, wow, that's interesting. But yeah, okay. I think that's everything I wanted to talk about as far as like the anime and manga stuff.
Yeah.
I wanted
gang.
I want to dive into the game news. This one a little bit briefly because
there's a ton of gaming news this week. Oh my god.
all right, let me see if this one doesn't really like.
We got some announcements. We got some delays. We got some.
We got announcements, delays,
predictions,
randoms, predictions, crazy shit. Mark sucks. Everything is crazy right now.
Can't believe you've done this.
It's okay. Anaya sucks too. He's not even in the podcast.
He's not even here to defend himself.
No, he is.
Well, vocally.
Do something about it.
Oh my god. Hold for just a moment.
Oh, that was funny.
Thank you.
Great.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyways,
all right.
what do you want to start with?
Yeah, real quick though, because I've been diving into the Tales series, I wanted to talk about this real quick. This kind of showed up like randomly on Twitter.
R.I.P. to Luminaria.
Yes, Tales of Luminaria, for those who don't know, is kind of like it's one of a couple like spin-off mobile games.
And it was good.
The premise is that in this game, the way you like play it is that it's purely like action based in its RPG. You control with your phone, you swipe up here and there, and you play by like how many characters? 21 characters.
Yeah, like, there's a good amount.
Good amount. The idea is that it's like 3 factions, like one side right here, another side over here, and a neutral party, and you get to dive into each like character's like chapter respectively. And they were going to add more chapters to it, and I'm pretty sure they're going to come up with a conclusion.
Very interesting premise.
But unfortunately, I guess it didn't do as well as they would want it to. So unfortunately, they've pretty much like about 8 months in, they have announced that
honestly the shortest they've done.
Yeah, they have determined
game
to
and a mainline entry, huh?
I'm not sure if it's mainline.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say like, well, it's kind of one of those things where it's canon within its own verse, but like it is a mobile game, and I still kind of view it as just a mobile game. Genshin Impact aside, but it sucks because services are ending in July, so anyone who's playing that game right now is either trying to archive everything or just getting as much as they can out of it. So it's just really a shame.
It is. Oh, also I forgot this quick side note. There was one thing we should mention about the anime and manga thing. Is that they did mention that Nakaba Suzuki's Four Nights of the Apocalypse, it's the sequel to Seven Deadly Sins, is getting an anime adaptation.
Okay.
And I'm surprised. I'm surprised that honestly, because it's at like 61 chapters right now. So I was like, already?
Okay. Hopefully they don't run out of stuff real soon.
I was going to say, like, I'm just hoping they can redeem themselves from the mess that was the season 3 of Seven Deadly Sins.
It's gonna take a lot, and unfortunately, it's always gonna be like the butt of the joke moving forward, and that's just simply how it is.
But yeah, there was that. But like, I do think it sucks for Luminaria because they had a lot of great character designs, a lot of interesting concepts that unfortunately are gonna have to be wrapped up super quick.
Or not at all, really, because that's what Sun looked like.
It's either wrapped up super quick or just not at all, and it's just like, well, shit.
Because from what I heard, according to an announcement, some characters didn't even have a chapter 2 release yet. So, like, what are you gonna do with that?
It's apparently Namco just didn't release chapter 2s to some of them. Right. It was only up for 9 months. The game was literally only active for 9 months, and they're gonna shut it down already.
It makes you wonder what were they doing with the story?
I don't know.
They were hoping the player base kept it. Like they were hoping the player base came in and. Look, the problem is they were banking on Tales of Arise to be so popular that they were like, yo, Tales of Luminaria is a Tales of game on your mobile phone. And that just didn't happen.
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of that, is like that initial like reception and just like, and then the inflated ego that is like, oh, we can ride the waves for this one, but it's also about like the mechanics of the game because it works pretty well with some characters, not as much for other characters. And the way that they want to upkeep like this a live service game like this one is just through like any type of events that happen between story stuff. So if people aren't like really participating in that kind of stuff, if they're not putting money into that, then unfortunately they don't have the resources to like really continue that without like really losing a lot of the surplus in funds.
Yep.
So,
also, I meant to say this because I did not even know this event was happening. I don't know how it slipped out from under me. There was a Monster Hunter digital event where they announced new monsters and some new stuff for
Oh
Rise.
my god, dude! I'm
Speaking of Monster Hunter Rise, what am I? Okay, so am I correct on this?
Sorry.
Am I correct on this update? So apparently, Sunrise is, even if you don't buy Sunrise, you still have to download it, even if you want to continue playing online.
Is that true?
That's what I heard.
I don't know about that. I haven't heard anything about
Even
it.
if you don't buy it, because it comes, okay, how it works is it comes in as an update no matter what.
Right.
And then you have to buy Sunrise for $40 to even just access the content.
Is that with the purchase of the original?
No.
Okay.
As far as I can tell, no. Which, okay, here's the thing. That makes sense. Because that's how Monster Hunter World was with Iceborne.
Correct.
But
Correct.
to restrict me not being, like, I have to download this update to keep playing.
It's a little whack, dog.
It's a little whack considering it's a 13 gigabyte update, dog, and the Switch only has 32 gigs of memory.
Oh, right. I was
Gotta
gonna
get that
say,
SD card.
yeah, I was about to say, like, you know, like these
Yeah.
updates and whatnot, like it's not too bad, like in my book, but the way like phrasing it like that, oh yeah, you're right.
Monster Hunter is
Switch
huge.
turn on.
Monster Hunter is a big update.
I could have swore I just heard a switch turn on here.
Mine Switch is on, but it's not. I made sure it's nothing in like the background.
Yeah, mine's like my mic's like everything filtered, so
I don't think it was.
Yeah.
I don't think it was mine. Maybe we're just hearing shit. I don't know. But they did. But the 3 new monsters they revealed in the thing were. I think it's. I wasn't there, so I do think it's pronounced Segios, who was the flagship for Monster Hunter Ultimate 4.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And we have
okay.
2 new variants of existing monsters. We have Aurora Somnacanth, who is going to be the ice version of our Siren. And then we have Magma Almudron, who is going to be, of course, lava version of Almudron, the Mud Boy.
Mm-hmm. I think that one's
Which
really sick.
Yeah, they all look pretty cool.
There's something else they announced in that presentation too, and I can't remember what it is.
Oh, I know what you're thinking of. The
What?
Switch. It's the you can switch skills now.
Yes. Also, there's a Monster Hunter Rise Pro controller.
Oh yeah.
Or
Also,
Sunbreak. Sorry.
Malzaino bringing bleed back, the bleed damage effect back into Rise. I was like, oh.
I saw that dude just literally just like lift someone up and absolutely throw them like a seismitoss. I was like, dude.
Just the fact that Bleed's back, because Bleed was in Rise with Oda Garin. So I'm just like, oh boy, Bleed's coming back. This is gonna hurt.
Rivers of what? Katana?
Rivers of blood.
Here's a little bit for Sunbreak though. They did confirm that to access the content, even after you buy everything, you can only access Sunbreak content after completion of the 7-star hub quest, Serpent, Goddess, and Thunder. I probably said that wrong. Hold on, let me read that again.
So essentially, in order to access the content, you need to like pretty much beat the original game.
Yeah, you can't even access it without beating the original game.
Yeah, which I mean, fair, right? Because like story-wise, it makes sense that way.
Also, here's an interesting note: Malzaino can inflict blood blight on a hunter. This means that the vampire-like creature tries to tap into the character's life force. If Malzaino, this is in quotes, wins, it will take on a more powerful form.
Oh, that's messed up.
That's interesting.
Y'all better start healing as soon as you see
that. And they're
also
adding in Master Rank.
Isn't that? Oh, okay. Master Rank is what? Isn't Master Rank just pretty much like all the things we go through beyond 7 rank?
Yeah, and the Master Rank versions of each monster are going to have new moves and like be harder.
Oh no. Was there new gear?
Oh, probably. There probably will be. Like they only showed 3 new monsters and told us about the switch skill, which means we'll be able to use the wire bug skills.
No, that's tight. I like that.
Metal Gear.
Metal Gear.
Something to surpass.
Metal Gear. Something to surpass Metal Gear.
Also, they did say now we'll be able to go into quests with NPC characters, like the characters among the village.
Oh yeah,
like,
that's right.
You can take a buddy.
So you don't have to like force yourself to wear skin of them and have their voice. No, you can actually have them with you.
Take you with me.
That's what's up.
I like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big update. That's a big release in June. No, June 30th.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Damn.
We'll also get a
son.
couple of other like additional updates. Specifically, ones talking about like the silk swap or the skill swaps and the silkbind attacks, like on May 16th or yeah.
Yeah, new
16th.
Silkbind moves and combos for all 14 weapons will be revealed starting
Ooh.
May 16th.
Let's go.
So that's in 2 days.
Nuts.
I saw,
That's
I
pretty
saw
nu-
one where it looked like it was about to take off like a rocket. I was like, oh shit.
I forget which one. I think it was just the longsword one that lets you like kind of like go back and forth. I was like, this is so anime, dude. What the? It's even more anime. Somebody had surpassed the anime.
It's the anime. Oh wow, this is just like one of my Japanese animes.
You saying that hurt physically. I know it was meant to, but God.
It was meant to reference Otacon, but yes.
I do want to say, this is a quick aside, but having heard about the news and seeing the preview of the Pro Controller, is it me or is like I guess the color spectrum?
It's not good.
It's not there.
Good.
Like there's
It's not
only
good.
Xenoblade 2. There's Splatoon.
I'm really glad that somebody
Black.
brought it up and not me because I didn't
I
want
like
to
the
sound so
design
negative
of
about
the.
it.
I like the design of the Sunbreak controller though.
For sure,
The
for
Malzaino
sure,
one looks
right?
sick.
Sure, but the thing is, the actual Monster Hunter Rise controller has
Oh,
the
that
really
one.
nice gold trim.
Yeah.
So I can't even be like, I just look at this one and I'm like, oh, this is just a Pro controller with a monster on it.
Like
I don't even know it's the same
I'm
thing.
pretty
One
sure I
just
could
got a better trim.
I think I
It's
just like,
just, it even has the
Trim.
dog. It even has the black handles. It doesn't even have the cool looking like Pro controller like this one.
exactly. Like I wish we had more of those.
They went too hard with the first one.
Those like I love the aesthetic they do so much so that if possible, I could probably just swap these out.
Yeah, the handles are really cool. The whole point of me getting, like, I have the Splatoon 2 one and I have the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 one.
Yeah.
The whole point is because I like the colors.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I do
I could
kind
use a
of
Pro
regret.
controller, honestly.
Huh?
I could use a new controller, honestly, because mine is fucking. I gotta send my Joy-Cons in.
Oh, don't worry. Well, I'm not sure about the Joy-Cons, but Pro controllers, if you need to send repairs to those should be no problem.
So all I'm hearing is I'm sending in my everything.
I was gonna say, I want to get the Smash one, but only because it matches my actual like
your
Switch OLED.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all white and black. So I was like, God damn it.
Oh man.
God fucking damn. But no, I've been rocking the big titty controller. So.
Huh? Oh, you're right.
The big titty controller.
Huh?
Do you know what this crest is? Can you see it on the screen?
Hold on, let me look in the Discord. Give me a second.
Okay.
Oh, it does have big titties.
Yeah, it's the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 special edition controller. It's Pyra's crest in between her chest.
Pog.
Yeah.
So, and it's Pyra's colors. So yeah, every time someone comes over, I just tell them, yo, just grab the big titty controller.
Wait,
it'll be
is
fine.
it red?
And
is it red and black?
It's red. It's red, black, and it has the buttons themselves are like colored in like the light bluish that the
God, I'm
crest is.
so colorblind. That shit look green to me, dog.
It's like a greenish. It's like very aqua-ish.
You're saying it's like it's supposed to be red. I'm in my eyes. That's green, man. I'm like, no, it's
Well,
not.
the handles are green, or the handles are red. See?
Oh, they even did the back too. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
okay.
they did the whole back.
The back looks way more red.
Oh, okay. Then just like
the handles are red. Yeah,
you know, it's probably because
they
there's
look
glare.
green to me in this lighting, and I'm just like my eyes.
There's also just green in the back too, and everywhere.
My whole lighting effect in the room is green, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need those colorblind glasses.
Oh shit.
I was gonna say
I don't think I'll start crying though, so sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say that yeah, they really should have made like a Mithra one. Just cause. And maybe a Numa one. Maybe.
Would have been cool. Would have been cool to coincide the Mithra one with Torno, the Golden Country.
Ooh, okay.
That would have been so cool. Since she's like not the main blade of that story, but she's there.
She is like, she's of significance.
Yeah, she's of significance.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool. Yeah, that would have been cool. I would have had both of them. That would have been sick.
Yeah, for sure. I guess that's a pretty good segue. I want to talk about how like my journey with Xenoblade Chronicles has begun since last Monday. I'm gonna
Ooh, how's
definitely.
that going?
I'm gonna need to change up my schedule. I need to like stream a little bit more frequently.
Yeah,
to
I
get
was like,
through that one.
Xenoblade's a long game.
Yeah, I hit my first roadblock. It was, I don't know which chapter, either 3 or 4, where Juju got captured. We got Charlotte along with us, and I'm like level 14. I'm like, I don't need to fight this one. I don't need to fight that one. And I jump into like the boss fight, and it's like level 18. I'm like,
Oh yeah. Oh, so you have Charlotte in your party already.
yeah,
So you're still in Gara Plains, heading into the city, into the next town, Colony
yeah,
4,
Colony 6, yeah,
6, 4. I don't remember which one. Yeah.
yeah. So
Oh, it is 6 because Colony 9 is where Shulk's from.
right.
Yeah. Okay.
So we just heard news that Colony 6 got bombarded and everyone just fled, but
Okay.
Juju's being whack and just heading back out there on his own.
Juju, don't go, Juju.
Juju.
He crashed the buggy and everything.
Yeah, that fucking asshole
Juju.
crashed the whole buggy.
I was like, yo, all right, Juju.
Yeah. No, yeah, okay. So you're still in Gara Plains. Good shit though, dude. Gara Plains is like such a fun first area. Like,
I saw level 70s, I saw level 80s. I was like, man, this is endgame stuff. Like,
oh, that's tradition, dog. That's Xenoblade tradition. There's always a level 80 big ass monkey in the beginning of
level 80 big ass monkey.
You have dog. It chases you. If it sees you, it literally goes huh, and it fucking goes after you.
Rajang.
And
yeah, kind of, yeah.
It actually killed me in Xenoblade 2.
Rajang.
In Xenoblade 2,
Yes.
and the opening area is Gormont. That thing killed me. I didn't even see him coming.
Oh man.
He came up behind me, and I was like, "What?" And then he just smacked me up.
Yeah, it sounds like Rajang.
But yeah, that's an end game. Like, that's literally you kill him only for the glory. You don't really have any other thing to do that with.
It's one of those things where it's like
It's not about the reward, it's about the glory.
He's also this is a good segue too. He's also in Xenoblade Chronicles 3. They showed a picture of him.
oh man.
They showed a screenshot of the fucking big monkey, and I'm like, oh no.
You're like, oh, this man about to go bananas.
But yeah, no, like literally just like as you walk up to the fight with the Mechon tentacle creature, right behind you is level 70 like Pax. I'm like, dude, why don't you fight this?
Yeah. Oh,
So
the
upset.
Mechon. So you're barely getting into where you can start fighting the Mechon?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
not too much of an issue. I just wonder, because of like obviously I've been kind of buffing up like all the heal stuff arts, but it's like the cooltime is still like pretty lengthy, so I still get hit more than I can heal for. So it's
Yeah, that's the
interesting.
thing is Charla is a really good healer.
Mhm.
Charla should be used as a healer, and then like Shulk is all around, so you might as well buff him on everything.
That is fair.
Yeah, so like your current party is Shulk, Rhine, and
Charla, yeah.
right? Yeah, Rhine is a tank, Shulk is like an all around, and then Charla's a good healer.
Mhm.
Slash like buff.
debuff.
No. Buff debuffs is Ricky whenever you get him.
Oh, got you.
Ricky's a good buff and debuffer.
All right.
Yeah, my current party, because I'm actually still playing Xenoblade as well. I'm still on chapter 14. That chapter's kind of long.
Hmm.
But my party that I've run since I got the characters has been the Smash Brothers party. So I'm running Shulk, Shulk, Dunban, and Ricky.
All right. Yeah.
And Dunban is a glass cannon.
Got you.
He's very hard to play with. Because
Sweet.
he takes like 3 hits and he's dead.
Damn.
But he deals out so much damage.
Nah, I respect that.
So what I use is Ricky. I have Ricky with like having to debuff and buff people, and then I also have like Dunban doing as much damage as he can.
And Shulk's just like
Shulk's just
supporting.
like, now it's Monado time.
Now it's Monado time.
Monado everything.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give you advice. Get used to having to give everybody enchant. That's
Okay.
as soon as you start the battle, because dude, there's at some point in the game, all the enemies are just Mechon. That's it.
Oh yeah, that's fair. I've kind of gotten used to that already. So
yeah, so as soon as you start the battle, you have to just immediately use enchant. Don't even worry about everything else.
That's fair.
Make sure your partners can attack.
That's true. I kind of already knew that. Like having the earlier chapter kind of introduced me I mean,
Yeah, because
oh,
Mark, if you have no idea, the Mechon cannot be hurt by anything but the Monado.
Ah, I see. So
So
it,
you have
it
to,
lets you know to use the gimmick.
yeah. So you have to use your Monado, waste one of your specials, and throw enchant on your party, so that way they're enchanted with Monado's like aura, so they're able to attack them.
I see. This is the strat.
Yeah,
right,
so that has to happen every single time you start a battle.
with a Mechon.
Or the second way to attack a Mechon is if he's toppled.
Oh yeah, that's right. They showed
But
it to you earlier.
but to get that going, there's a chain. You have
It's a
to,
two-parter.
yeah, you have to hit with a, not daze. I
It
forgot what it's
was a
called.
break. It was a break.
It's a break. You have
and
to
then a
break
topple.
them and then topple. And then once they're in topple, then they can get hit by anything.
Yeah. Although
The game is very detailed. It's a very
yeah.
deep mechanics that you have to learn.
They try their best though. They try to feed that like kind of in like small like bits here and there, but it's still very like
There's still some things they still don't even teach you. Like they don't really exactly. Some of it's RNG, to be honest with you. So really, like if you use the, what is it? The triple attack? I forgot what it's called.
what was it called?
It's the,
chain attack?
oh, thank you. It's the chain attack, right?
Okay.
It's the chain attack. If you use that, and if you successfully can chain 3 moves in sync, you technically can roll again. Like they'll let you go again as long as you're hitting B on time.
Okay.
And you can keep going and going until the moves stop chaining. And then they don't tell you that it freezes everything, including what the boss enemy's doing. So like use that to your advantage. If he's about to hit you with something that you're gonna die and you have all 3 bars, you might as well attempt to topple him.
That's if I get all 3 bars or 1.
That, well, yeah.
That's if you can get all 3 bars.
That's, yeah. Because you can only fill the chain attack bar when all 3 of your characters are in sync doing battles.
I got
Oh,
you.
Like-
boy, here we go.
Like as soon as if they all can hit once, technically you fill up a little bit.
Shouts to Brian, by the way. He just jumped in here saying, "Hi, gamers," with all the hedgehogs.
What's up, gamers?
What's up, gamers?
Oh, and the pug as well.
What's up, gamers?
What's up, you beautiful gamers?
Hold on, I'm gonna open the chat up in my.
Yeah, no. It is pretty lengthy as far as like them dropping like details on how the game mechanics work. I mean, it's like 30 minutes in, you probably read 1 chapter.
Dead ass.
Also,
But,
that big update for the cloud versions of Kingdom Hearts.
Who cares?
What was
Next.
They were
immediately as I just had the level of inquiry needed to like access that.
Next. I'm just gonna say next, and let's continue on because I really don't want to. I really don't give a shit about Cloud Game Kingdom Hearts.
last thing I want to say about Xenoblade is that, oh my god, 2 is gonna screw me over so badly if I don't remember any of these mechanics.
Actually, here's the thing about actually, you're gonna love this. Every Xenoblade is different to each other. They have the same structure of like how you auto attack and stuff, but the actual arts and the actual rules to those arts are way different. The chain attack works so much differently in Xenoblade 2 than 1. You're gonna feel the weird shift, like jumping into this.
Okay.
Like you don't have a menu. Like in Xenoblade 1, you know you have the whole menu of arts in the bottom.
Yeah.
And you're scrolling with the D-pad. That's not a thing.
That's
All
true.
of your arts are assigned to a button. And so you're just going. Yeah. And then there's
singular.
also canceling. Canceling's a thing in that game too.
Uh-oh, they got the strat, they got the cancels.
Yeah, so you can, if you want to build up meter enough, like to do like super arts, you just let Rex swing once and then move. Rex swing, move, and then just keep tapping the analog, and he cancels.
Oh,
It's so crazy, dude. That game is nuts.
There's a pattern to these things.
And then even Torna, the Golden Country, has a mechanic that's different to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And it's being able to play as your blade, so you can switch between them.
Yeah, I do know about that one.
Yeah. And then 3 looks like it's going to have its own mechanics too, because now I think it's all 6 of your party members can be on the field at once.
Yeah, I've seen it. It's pretty stacked.
It's crazy to me because you can, traditionally Xenoblade is only 3 people. That's it. In 2, it's your 3 and then the 3 blades that they use. This game is just like everyone's on the fucking field. Have fun.
Real quick thing from Brian. Looking at Goodwill's website actually for retro consoles to bid on. You got a PSP bundle here for like $20. Impressive.
Got a
Do it.
Damn.
Do
Damn.
it.
Oh yeah, I'm reading the chat right now. I got the chat up finally.
Oh, gotcha.
I had a PSP. It's been years since I had it though.
My PSP is currently not usable. I would like to get a new PSP. Preferably a 2000 or 3000 so I can stream games off of it, but yes.
What's wrong with your PSP?
Is it a
The
battery
analog
thing?
sucks.
Oh,
The what? The download sucks?
the
The analog.
Oh, the analog.
Mm.
Oh, is there no way to repair that?
The analog is destroyed. I'll actually grab it. I'll show
Okay.
you what I did to it.
What you did?
Well,
To
what
it?
did you do to your PSP?
So I tried to actually repair it myself, and it worked for
Ooh.
a while. It worked. I took a broken white PSP and I put the white buttons on the black.
It's actually kind of cool. I can see that.
It's actually really nice. But yeah, eventually it just died out.
Oh no! All right.
Yeah, so I just kind of want to get.
turn on.
Let's find out.
Who's supposed
No,
to find out?
It's probably not charged though.
Oh well, yeah.
You're
Yeah.
saying the only problem is the sticks. You just got to replace the sticks.
I tried replacing the stick 3 times. I think it's something else at this point.
Yeah, it might
Like
just
the
be
board?
might just be a dud then. Might be a duddy
Yeah,
potato.
but I've been able to play like 2D games, stuff that uses the D-pad. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, so it does still work with like just the D-pad.
Just the
Yeah.
that analog. Yeah.
But then the thing is, like RPGs, most of them use the analog, and that's where.
That's like
Curse you, precision.
curse.
Yeah.
Curse you 3D.
But I do love the PSP. There's so many good games, dude. I think I sat down with a friend once at like a Pizza Hut, and we didn't even look up the games. We came up with a list of like 60 to 70 games
Oh my god.
on the PSP that we liked.
That's a lot.
And we never even looked up the games if they even showed up on them. And then once we did the research, yeah, they were all PSP games.
Nice.
I love this console. It's such a good game. It's such a good console.
And there's
Man.
the Vita that didn't get any of the credit that it deserved.
It's interesting
Yeah.
because PS Vita did have like a library, but it wasn't like that like
It was
largely.
more popular in Japan than it was in the US.
The Vita's library was like Sony letting them double down on the Japanese RPGs,
Mhm.
which in my opinion, that is the strongest part of a PSP, right? It's the Japanese RPGs. There's so many fucking RPGs on this console.
Shouts
But-
to Beefling, by the way. Jump in the chat.
I don't know. I don't know what happened to the Vita. It should have been a recipe for success, but a lot of like dumb decisions happened with it.
I think it was they
kinda-
kept a lot of their games. Like what I heard was they kept a lot of their games exclusive to Japan.
That could have been
There's
thing.
that. There's that, but there's also the fact that Sony just stopped supporting it, period.
That
Hmm.
too.
It's true because you wouldn't hear anything about like PS Vita, even for as long as it went for it. New games came out for it. We didn't hear anything about it.
It's true. I love my Vita. I do have my Vita sitting over there, and I have a
He loves his
little
Velveeta.
stack of games.
We'll stack.
Speaking of Velveeta, my wife had Velveeta this morning. It was pretty good.
That sounds delicious.
No, I have like a stack of Vita games. I don't have a lot for the Vita because it's so hard to collect for the Vita.
Hmm.
Because everything is expensive. Doesn't matter what game it is. But yeah, Vita's great. I just wish it did better.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm sure you're like, did they close the Vita store?
Not yet, but it's in the same boat as the PS3 store where the credit
it's on the
card
chopping block.
information. So credit card support is over. So you have to go on your PS4 or 5, add money to your wallet, and then you can go back to those shops, and then should be there.
Gotcha.
It's like it sucks that you have to do that, but at the same time, it's like, it's not that bad.
I mean, at least you can do it. So it's like,
Yeah, at least you can do it. It's not. It's like an extra step, but it's not that bad.
yeah.
Brian in the chat said found a 3DS XL for $15. Wonder if I should bid on it before the store closes. Yes.
Never thought I'd
Anything-
ever hear in my lifetime of a 3DS going for $15. That just shows how long it's been.
It's been a while.
No, that's actually crazy to do. Brian, quick, if you're listening, bid as much. Don't go past 100. If you go past 100, you're in the ballpark where it's like currently valued because 3DSs are expensive right now. All of the 3DS stuff never went down in price. As a matter of fact, it's the opposite.
Mhm.
This is the only retro console, I call it retro, oh my god, that I've seen where all the games just went up in price. None of them really dropped. And
Everything
that's-
just keeps increasing.
Everything just keeps increasing, dude. Yokai Watch 3 is like a $250 game. Why? It's just fucking Yokai Watch.
Yokai Watch is, I think it's like extremely popular in Japan, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
Yes, because the Switch has Yokai Watch 4, but we never got it.
What the fuck? What?
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know about 4.
Yeah, Yokai
on the
Watch 4
Switch?
is a real game. It's on the Switch and it's Japan only.
That's messed up, dude. I gotta see what it looks like now.
Yeah.
You're like, I gotta see this Yokai Watch.
And then they have a remake of Yokai Watch 1 on Switch as well. And again,
Yeah,
Japan only.
I got like really lucky because when I heard word about like them closing up the shops, I went to like my local GameStop to see if they had any 3DSs, and there was just Yokai Watch like right there for like I think $15. And I was like,
Okay, because like they stopped selling 3DS games, like new ones. Like I think it was
Right.
2020.
yeah, something like
No, the last official 3DS game to come out in the States was Persona Q2 New Labyrinth Cinema
that.
or
Something
New
like that.
Cinema Labyrinth. It's something like Persona Q2. It was the last game to come out in the States, and that's it. No other physical games have been released. There has been recently 2 that came out, but those were like very limited quantities, so I don't really count those. It's whatever was in retail.
Mm.
There's only been 2. It was only Persona Q2, unfortunately. And my dumbass saw it at a Best Buy, but I said, "Nah, I'm here for Switch
I'll
games,"
get
and I
it.
walked away.
I'll get it later.
That's unfortunate. That's
yeah.
unfortunate. I have a friend who's a big Shimigami Tensei collector,
Mhm.
so he has all of the 3DS games, and I fucking envy him for it every single day. Because like I look at those prices now, dude, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, I fucked up so bad. I should have been buying those.
Yeah. We unfortunately, even whether it's like, you know, I was gonna say like whether it's just like something brand new or something like really old, it's just like the way that the market is working now. It's just that like it's better just to kind of go forward with it like immediately than just to be like, I'll wait until later.
It's true. It's true. It just sucks. It sucks. I don't want to do that, but that's how it's been.
Unless you got you jumped in on that Pokemon sale that I saw like at, I think Best Buy, where it's like
Best Buy still had 3DS Pokemon games.
oh sorry that was kind of jumping over to Switch, my bad. The
Oh,
Switch
Oh,
Pokemon
the Switch
games,
deals. Yes, those were good deals.
those were really
Oh,
good deals.
Didn't Pokemon Home just get their update?
No, not yet.
Not yet, but we did hear about that, right?
So the update is happening and it is planned. They're gonna add Pokemon Home support to the. Hold on, Brian just said, "Not me finding a Dreamcast on here. What the fuck?"
Oh, dude, a Dreamcast.
If y'all are looking for games, I definitely check out the site. Check the site out. They have some gems on here.
Dude, a Dreamcast. Oh my god.
I
it's been
do
so
need to
long.
replace my Dreamcast. I do need to replace it.
Is your Dreamcast broken?
I got it broken. Like it can't. Like I got
Aw.
it from a friend who wasn't taking care of it at all. And I literally walked up and said, "Hey, can I just have that?" And he goes, "Yeah, sure, why not?"
Yeah, sure. Why not? Here, just.
And I
sure,
took
sure.
it home. Yeah, I took it home with like one game, and I tried to get it to work, and the laser's fucked up, so it doesn't like to read discs sometimes.
Ooh, gotcha.
So unfortunately, I don't really have a big Dreamcast library. I have 3 physical copies on it. And I would like to change that, but Dreamcast games are expensive. They've always been, so they've never really changed. So, but one day, like Sega collecting is way out of my league. Like, if it's not the Genesis, Sega collecting is just ridiculously out of my league. There's so many, like, all of the consoles that are not Sega Genesis have like such expensive prices because nobody played them.
Why is the Sega Genesis so special?
Because the Sega Genesis was popular. There is way more Sega Genesis consoles out there than there are any of their other consoles.
Imagine Sega announces Genesis 2 just to try to get back in the console market.
Oh my god. I really hope not. I think we're good with what we have.
There's always been rumors about older companies trying to get back in the console market.
Yeah, and most of them don't succeed.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
It's just it's hard to get back into.
It's true.
Once you're out of the console market, getting back into it as a company, very hard.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think Sega has a huge legacy, and I would love to explore more of that legacy. I just don't Money, dog. It's expensive. Like it's expensive. The Genesis is easier to get into if you've never had like any other Sega consoles.
Mm-hmm.
It's a pretty easy console to get into. You know some of the games, and a lot of the games are really good. They're top tier. But man, if I had money, I would love to collect Sega Saturn games so bad.
Mm-hmm.
So fucking bad. Oh, there's so
It's
many good Saturn games,
fucking
man.
bad.
So bad, dude. I'm down so bad. I want to play it bad.
I'm down so bad.
I'm down so bad. I guess to be fair, it is a broken Dreamcast. Or sorry, which one? Sorry, I think I got my stories
Dreamcast.
mixed up.
It's a broken dream, the Dreamcast.
Yeah, my
Okay.
Dreamcast is broken. Yeah,
My
I
dreams are
have,
broken.
like-
Broken dream.
I have like a couple of VMUs, the memory cards, and I have
Oh.
like some controllers. I need a new console.
I
Yeah, but I only have 3 games on. I got like Sonic Adventure, Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness.
oh my god.
Don't ask. And I have it's not a regular Dreamcast game. I got a later port, like a later game. What do we call it? I guess it's a homebrew, but it's a port of a Neo Geo arcade game called Breakers.
Huh. All right.
Some dude like was out here trying to port that game to the Dreamcast and did it, and then sold it on a disc.
Wow.
And I so happened to be at Evo that year when he was selling it, and I was like, "Hey, that's cool," and I bought it.
Nice. Oh my god.
Brian said a broken dream
Cast.
cast.
That's what I said. It's the Dreamcast. It was a broken dream.
Cast.
Hey, the Dreamcast brought in the fucking Laserdisc, dude.
Dude, Dreamcast
It was
has so
revolutionary
many
for
good
its time.
games.
It was revolutionary for its time. It just didn't. It just couldn't keep it up.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fantasy Star Online.
Yep.
Made online gaming popular on consoles. It's crazy.
Wasn't the Dreamcast was also the first one to have online, wasn't it?
For a console, yes.
Yeah, it was revolutionary because it
It was.
laser disc and online connectivity.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was
It was-
also the first console to have. Oh no, it's not the first console to have that. I was gonna say. I think it's the first console. It's considered part of the same generation as PS2, GameCube, and Xbox.
Yeah, it was Sega's last hurrah.
Yeah, and then PlayStation 2 came out and said, "Nah."
Yeah, honestly, like I feel since they did the Dreamcast, if they had been able to keep their market up, they might have still been in it to this day.
Yeah, I think if the Dreamcast actually sold decently well and was like big time popular, we probably still would have had a Sega console to this day. I think the Xbox wouldn't exist because
Oh,
from my-
I don't know.
from my knowledge, Xbox jumped in. The Xbox original is built with Sega Architect. You know that, right?
I
did not know
wasn't aware of
actually.
that. No.
Yeah, Sega helped them build that console. That's why there's 11
Goddamn.
exclusive Sega games on the Xbox original.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
A lot of Sega fans, like hardcore ones, transitioned from Dreamcast to Xbox.
Okay.
If anything, I would say because I don't know, because what really throws me off is we don't know what would happen in this timeline in terms of if the 360 still exists, I think Xbox will still have a life. But if the 360 doesn't exist, maybe not.
Yeah, because
Hmm.
there was I remember like there's a lot of interviews and stuff where like Sega wanted Microsoft to try and implement backwards compatibility on Dreamcast games on the original Xbox, obviously, not Series X.
What? So Dreamcast games would work on it?
No,
Oh.
they tried, but like notice the controllers. They're literally just better Dreamcast controllers.
Okay.
The Duke?
The Duke is just a better Dreamcast controller. It uses the cards in the controller just like the Dreamcast.
I remember
has-
the Dreamcast had some beefy triggers.
Those triggers are massive. I would pull it out, but it's back there. Yeah.
It's
Like,
like
dog,
it's way back there, bro.
Dog, those triggers, if you weighted those triggers, whew,
Bro, playing Street Fighter on that thing is amazing because those are your heavies, so you have to smack those.
like, dude, imagine weighting those triggers down like so they're heavy, so it really just would you push them down?
Yo, it's like they spring back fast. They go bong, and you can hear it. Yeah,
It's funny.
it's great. No, Dreamcast is.
It's
I'm
a
trying
chomp,
to-
dude.
I'm trying to get a adapter for my fight stick
Hmm.
to play Dreamcast fighting games. because there's so many fucking fighting games on that console, dude. So
Yeah,
many,
I think fighting games were a mainstay of it. That fighting games and
yeah,
shooting games.
fighting games, dude. Oh my god, Marvel vs. Capcom 1 and 2 are like almost arcade perfect on
'Cause
Dreamcast.
I think there were a fair amount of, shooting games on it too.
First person shooters
I don't know about first person, just shooting in general.
or shoot 'em ups.
Either or.
Yeah, I know Quake 3 Arena was a popular port on that console.
I remember I have this distinct memory of playing this. I don't know what game it was on the Dreamcast. I just remember there was I was playing as a robot in a 3DS game shooting things. I just cannot remember what the robot.
The Robo?
No, it wasn't
No,
Custom
that'd be
Robo's GameCube.
amazing, but no.
Dude, why
Sorry.
is there no sequel to Custom Robo? It was such a good game.
Oh, speaking of Custom Robo, did you see that Japan is getting Custom Robo V1 and 2 for 64 on
Huh?
Switch?
Huh?
So Custom Robo, if real quick, I don't want to be the guy who has to. I don't want to drag on to this, but Custom Robo was originally a games franchise on the 64.
Was it?
Yes, but Japan only.
Because I didn't know that. I thought
Yes,
Custom
there
Robo
are
was
two.
only
There
ever
are
for the
two
GameCube.
Custom Robos, Custom Robo and Custom Robo V2. They were both on 64, and then the third game was the GameCube one. That's the one we got first.
Custom Robo, the series currently spans 5 games, has titles on Nintendo
5 games,
64.
and we only have 2 games in the States.
Wait, it says Nintendo 64, Game Boy Advance, GameCube, and
Yes,
DS. Wait, I
DS.
did not know about. I thought it was just on the GameCube.
No, so Custom Robo 3, which is ours, this is our first one,
Uh-oh.
the GameCube one. All right, that's a thing. There's a Game Boy Advance one that's a 2D side scroller, which is actually decent for a Game Boy Advance game.
Mhm.
And then the other one that we did get in the States, I have a physical copy of it, I just don't have the box, is Custom Robo Arena for DS.
Hmm.
That game is incredible. It's literally GameCube Custom Robo just on the go.
Man, that sounds
So
crazy.
good.
So apparently they were going to release Custom Robo GX for international, but they canceled it.
Yes. Oh my
I mean,
god, Brian saying, "Damn, I remember going to Walmart and downloading the Custom Robo demo
yeah,
on the DS download system. Holy shit!"
dude, I forget because you forget that back in the day we used to have to go. People used to have to go to shops to get demos, like whether it be the demo discs or download them
Yep.
to your console.
Dude, oh my god, I love Custom Robo. Now that you mention it, I really hope. So I have the Japanese apps downloaded on my Switch, so I'm gonna be able to play the Japanese ones,
Okay.
and I want to see them, like I get to experience them, but I can't understand a lick of it. So, and that's that's the problem, is that it's text heavy.
We.
I would really like a modern sequel to the GameCube version of Custom Robo.
You should see the 64 games. The GameCube might as well. The GameCube might as well just be called an HD remaster of the 64 games. They're pretty damn like. Custom Robo's formula was established on 64 for sure. It's pretty interesting to look at.
Let me see. I'm looking at images. Oh, it's so blacky.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a 64.
Yeah.
I know it's like back in the 64 days. It was blacky.
But yeah, so we got. Oh, I guess this is a good segue to talk about. We're getting Kirby 64 this month, right?
Yes, we are.
Finally,
so.
finally. God damn it! Finally.
Thank you.
Kirby. Kirby 64 is such a good game. It's one of my favorite 64 games. It's also a game that exclusively uses the D-pad.
Oh.
It doesn't use the analog stick. Pretty interesting stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I could probably work with that.
Yeah, it uses the D-pad. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because that pretty much confirms that Pokemon Snap is next month's game. Yeah. But in Japan, they still have Custom Robo 1 and V2. That's why I was bringing them up.
So the first 2 games?
Yeah, the first 2 games are coming to Switch in Japan.
Man, I'm seeing it now. Like,
yeah. And I'm like,
what in the world is
God
this?
damn it. I'm hoping they translate them. If they translate them and put them on the 64 app, yo, I would be fucking stoked.
Phil, can you identify this?
Did you send it to me on Discord?
Identify
I put it in the Discord. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Oh, that is the IQ. The 64 IQ. That was it. That is how China was able to play 64 games.
That is such an odd looking controller.
That is the console.
What?
That
Nani?
you would plug that console has 3 AV cables coming out of it, and you would plug it into a TV, and it's built in with like 20 games, and that's how China got to experience 64 games.
Oh my god.
So wait, they got the modern. They got back then. They have what we have now, as in you go to like one of those knockoff stores. They just get the thing that's got a bunch of games in it.
Brian is saying that at E3, well, not really E3. Let's just say the Summer Direct. The
Okay.
Summer Direct, they're gonna reveal Smash 64. I know it. Nobody's gonna change my mind. Dog, they better reveal a lot of games.
I hope so.
I just hope they say. I want them to say, "JK, we're continuing Ultimate."
That'd be nuts.
That'd be nuts.
But
I don't think Sakurai has it in him though.
Nut.
yeah, he said E3 with quotation marks. I was gonna say I do want to see the next roster of 64 games.
Yeah.
I really do, because I need
Pokemon Stadium.
Okay, so if Stadium does happen and the Game Boy games do end up happening,
Stars
that's gonna
align.
be sick as
They-
fuck,
The
dude.
stars align.
Because
They've
it's gonna
got to put
have-
on.
Well,
Dude, all
Mark,
the 64 games.
Mark, I
Pokemon
don't think
Stadium has to be on there.
Mark, I don't think you were here when we were talking about Game Boy games coming to the service, right?
Right.
Nah, I played the shit out of my Game Boy.
Okay, so the Game Boy game, I'm not gonna go into detail, but the Game Boy games, supposedly it's leaked that there's already an emulator that's working, and the emulator is from Nintendo.
See, they didn't just use Dasume.
Yeah, and so
For-
it's Game
the
Boy,
Virtual
Game Boy
Boy?
Color, and Game Boy Advance.
Oh, really? Oh, yes, the Advance. That's the best one.
Okay, so the thing is, there's functions in there for link cable play
Ooh.
and transfer pack play. So
Ooh.
if that transfer pack is the case, that could explain why games that are on the service already, like Mario Golf and Mario Tennis, are not content complete. Because then you could do it like the old days, play the Game Boy Color versions and unlock the content on the 64. So what I'm trying to say is, Mark, if we get the Pokemon games on the Game Boy service, we can play those on Pokemon Stadium that's on the 64 service through the transfer pack.
Nut.
That's all I wanted to hear. Like, and on top of that, those games could technically be like compatible with Pokemon Home.
Nut.
That's the one. That's the one right there. Now that's them
Nut.
being smart about it, right?
Right. If this is all, if it comes to fruition, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there's
would-
Pokemon Stadium 1 and 2 definitely need to be on there.
Pokemon
I
Stadium
would
3 win.
never.
Crying on the inside.
I know. Well, you don't need it anymore. That's the problem.
But I still want it.
I understand that you want Mark, but the whole point of Pokemon Stadium was to show Pokemon in 3D. Dog, we live in an era where Pokemon have been 3D since 3DS.
Yep. So happy about that.
So Pokemon Stadium doesn't really need to exist anymore, and that's why they never done one.
Pokemon Fighter 2
Battle
win.
Revolution as
Okay, okay, now you got me. Pokken 2, man, that needs to happen. That had to happen a long time ago.
well.
You're like, all right, now we're on the same page.
Pokken is godlike. I don't care what anyone
It
says.
honestly is pretty. It's pretty underrated.
I played Pokken competitively at Evo, and I almost got out of pools. I almost got out of qualifying pools. My
Holy.
main is I main him a champ. He's my boy, and my combos are sick, and that's all I gotta say.
all
But
right, all
I
right.
lost to a fucking Suicune.
I
That
mean,
fucking
Elite, it
Suicune
says here,
destroyed me.
January 10th, 2022, Pokemon Tournament 2 reveal coming this year, claims leaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey,
like to
if
see
it comes
that.
this year, I'm down.
I have my Pokken at my actual official Pokken pad.
What?
Yeah, so they in Japan they have the arcades, and the arcades use actual
Oh.
controllers. They don't use joysticks.
Okay.
They use like controllers that are attached to the console, and they sold those for Wii U and the Switch version.
Oh.
So I have
okay.
one, and that's how I play the game competitively.
Nice.
Brian said, "Pokken 2, please, but I need Gengar to be nerfed."
Gengar to be nerfed.
I agree. Gengar's a fucking broken bastard.
It kind of always been.
Gengar's always broken, but he's super broken in fucking Pokken.
In actual fighting game,
I
he
also
will be.
just realized I rhymed. I didn't mean to. But Pokken's great. Real quick before we keep going off topic, anything else you want to talk about real quick?
Is it
Thinking,
just in
thinking.
regards to just I mean, games in
The
general?
runs are firing.
Honestly,
Hold on.
Oh, I was gonna say honestly, there's one little thing. It's about games I'm currently playing right now, which is only one,
Oh, perfect.
which is Octopath Traveler. Dude,
Woo!
I've gotten to a point. So I've cleared everyone's fourth stories, everyone's fourth chapters.
Nice.
I'm fully aware that there's a final boss. But it's locked behind a series of like side quests, which was kind of weird to me at first. But I'm now in that room. Like I started like in the morning, jumping into the gates, and I was like, okay, we're gonna fight this guy, and I had no idea I'd have to fight like 8 other bosses of high HP. So I'm kind of in
Yeah.
the middle of that, but it's dumping a lot of like backstory as far as how everything builds up, and I'm like, what? Oh my, everything's connected.
Yep.
And
It's the beauty.
I was like, why didn't I know about this earlier?
God, dude, Octopath is so good.
It's yeah, like it's up there now. Like,
It's really good.
uh,
Yeah, I've just been playing Xenoblade. Like I said. I also have I guess I'll talk about it since it came out. And it's a good segue to the next topic, but
mhm.
the Indie Direct happened this week.
Yep.
The
Did.
Indie World Showcase happened, and one of the games was thrown into a fucking sizzle reel. They didn't even actually like present it. They just said, "Here's
Oh,
like
y'all talking about that?
yeah, here's like a 5-second trailer," and then I didn't even catch it. I was just like, "Oh, okay." I kept
Right.
going,
Oh, okay.
and it wasn't until I got into my Discord where people in there were talking about this game, and they were like, "Yo, this game's physics looks sick. This game looks great," and I'm like, "Didn't even talk about this game. What are you guys talking about?" And then I had to actually go back to the sizzle reel and see it. Hold on, Brian said, "Dude, Silk Song, I'm so excited. I'm glad they finally showed it off with crying faces." You're not getting Silk Song. No one's getting Silk Song or Sports Story. Knock it off. Anyways, the game I'm questioning is called Gibbon Beyond the Trees.
Okay.
It is a auto runner.
Uh-oh.
It's not a normal 2D platform. It is an auto running 2D game with a
Like-
really pretty art style.
like Super Mario Run?
Kinda.
Oh, you're actually
Kinda.
serious.
Yeah, no, it's an auto runner. Like it's essentially it's a story about a monkey. They're called gibbons. These are real
Oh.
monkeys, by the way, in Southeast Asia.
Oh,
And the
okay.
game opens up with a screen that tells you straight up, "Hey, this is a like trying to be as accurate of a depiction of this like area as possible." And like they actually went to Southeast Asia and tried to like capture the feel of it.
Mm-hmm.
So you play as a gibbon, and it's like a mother, the father, and then the baby,
Hmm.
right? And you play as the mother. You're playing as the pink gibbon. There's a yellow gibbon, and then there's a little baby blue one.
Okay.
And the whole first 3 chapters is just you swinging. You literally just running through the jungle, minding your own business. And then chapter 4 gets really fucking dark. And like shows a lot of the jungle's being destroyed, burned to hell,
Oh.
and like nature's dying, and then human civilization's here, and they're like cutting down trees and all this shit. And it has a message about like, protecting these animals, and like I don't want to say it's a very PETA statement because they didn't do that, but
Yeah, I see what you mean.
it does have a very beautiful message at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
As for the game itself, I beat it in about 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want to give you the whole spoilers, but some of the levels do get really interesting where like you get to run through actual like towns and cities
Oh, okay.
and like freeways and stuff. And I'm like, oh shit, because you can see that they're
Oh.
building there.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. It hits different now.
Yeah. And then it gets worse because like a certain thing happens and then you're like fucking sad for like 2 chapters.
It's like not City Escape, but like sadder.
Yeah. And then there's also an interesting, crazy part where they're shooting at you.
Oh Jesus, that all
Like
right.
they're trying to catch you guys. And so like there's these poachers just fucking going and just chasing you with guns.
Oh my god.
This game is fucking sad. But
Oh my god.
it's fine. I don't think it was exactly what I was expecting it to be. Like when Mark and Nolan were talking about it, it sounded super interesting, right?
What game?
Like it's Gibbon. The monkey game.
Was I talking about this?
Yes. You said,
What?
yo, the physics looks sick. Like platforming like a monkey looks cool.
Did I?
Was that-
Yes.
I thought it
I
was
remember
Nolan.
nothing about this.
Well, you and Nolan were both talking about it, and I'll just say,
Okay.
hold on, I just
Okay.
looked at the chat, and Brian said monkey.
Okay.
Yeah, you did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say it's a very. I'd give it a personally. I'd give it a 6 out of 10 in terms of gameplay. It's
Okay.
very auto runner. It's very like you only have to worry about like 3 buttons.
Okay.
It's alright.
It's alright.
It's alright. It's got a really pretty like message, and it's got some decent visuals. Switch performance is a little rough, I'll admit. It tries to hit 30 frames, but it'll drop a lot in
Oh my
certain areas.
God. Okay.
Not like to the point where it's unplayable, mind you.
Okay.
But you could see it. You could see it getting hit a little bit.
Mm.
But it's pretty. It's a beautiful little message. Be prepared to cry.
Oh, okay.
And then I think I actually have to play it again because there's another mode that unlocks at the end where you have to save different animals. So I'm gonna try that out later. But yeah, Gibbon Beyond the Trees. It is like I think it's only like $10 right now. It's on sale.
Yeah, I just checked. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a $10 game that's on sale. It's gonna go back up to 15 later.
Okay.
I also tried a demo that was released the same day. It was also in the sizzle reel, but I wasn't too mad about this one because I already knew about the game. Kind of. I'll explain in a minute, but I knew about the game because they showed it off last year at Indie World.
Oh, they did.
And this is a game by Devolver Digital,
Of course.
and
Okay.
it is Card Shark.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Okay. So from the premise of Card Shark, you're a dude that is essentially cheating through these card games to like steal people's money.
Okay.
But if you get caught, you're dead. They'll literally fucking execute you right there.
Oh.
Like, okay, so like a good example is you're playing with this dude and he notices that you're cheating. And so he gets up and says, "There's no way you knew I was gonna pull that." And so he pulls out his fucking gun and they're trying to stop him, and then he still shoots and he misses and he hits the bartender. He hits the lady who owns the restaurant.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's got a really cool art style. It is a very unique looking art style. It looks super pretty. But that's not exactly what I thought the game was gonna play like. This one's in a good way though. So I assumed you were just gonna be playing poker and some other like random games.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what this is. Kind of. You are actually helping people cheat.
Oh, okay.
So you're a dude who's a mute. He doesn't actually talk. He only
Oy.
can respond in like with facial expressions. And this first game I'm in question, they're playing a card game, okay, that has whoever has the highest suits. So you're pretending to be a server, and you'll come pour the opponent's wine, and as you're pouring it, you're looking over shoulders. So you have to time how much wine you're pouring to have enough time to see his cards, and then you have to make out how much like how many of the suits that he has, like the highest of. And you're trying to see, and then once you fill the cup up, be careful not to pour too much or else he's going to notice you looking, but pour it enough to where it's like filled to the cup so he's like content.
Mm-hmm.
And then you do that, and then you start cleaning the table, and then you will rub the table in certain directions to notify the dude you're helping which
What
suit it's
the-
going to be. Yeah. Nuts. Like, so it's essentially a series of mini games all told through this like really, really interesting story. I'm really excited to play it. The full game. I believe the game is getting a physical copy through Special Reserve Games, so I will be definitely pre-ordering one.
Okay.
Card Shark. It looks really cool. It's not exactly what I thought, but you know what? It's even better.
That's cool.
If you guys want to play it and try it out, they let you play a good amount of it. It's on the demo. There's a demo you can try out.
Speaking of cards, actually, y'all know if there's any physical for Square Enix's card game, which is called The Voice of Cards?
No.
Did not even know about it.
Okay.
No, you didn't know about this?
really
The
curious
Voice
about
of Dragons or something like that? What's
It
it
was
called?
Voice of
Nah,
Cards.
I haven't paid much attention.
It's there's already 2 games in that series.
Yeah, so I heard.
It's
Well, most
their
recent.
card games. Their card games developed by the dude who wrote Nier.
That makes
Oh,
sense.
Yeah,
okay.
and they have like the same visual style. They look pretty nice. But they're
Okay.
card games. So the whole game is played by putting cards on the table and you're like it goes in out like expands and expands. Yeah.
Okay.
It's very interesting. I hear people really like it a lot. I just don't want to spend
BRB?
$40.
Yeah.
Mark said BRB, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Let's see. But yeah, that's okay. So I guess do you want to talk about the indie showcase?
I didn't. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't have much to really say except for like the one that we're kind of like keeping an eye out for.
Okay, yeah. So there's 3 in my opinion that were like the games of the show in my opinion. I'll talk about each one from lowest to highest.
Okay.
The first one I'm gonna say is Another Crab's Treasure.
Yeah.
The game looks funny. Like it's I think if Anaya's still in the chat, it's the next game from the team who made Going Under.
Okay.
It is their second game, and it's a Soul style game. It is a Dark Soul style game, but it's a roguelite as well. So every time you play a level, it's different.
Okay.
And you're essentially exploring these like areas, and you're a crab, and you're underwater, and it's really pretty. It's really animated well, and it looks like it's very polished too for a Switch game. It looks like it was running 60 frames and everything. And it looks really cool. I kind of want to play it. It's got a lot of really neat action in it. But it's not until 2023.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. The second game is definitely a game I'm going to pick up for sure. And this is a game by Doink Soft, which is a they've made already once they said it's Doink Soft and they said from the creators of Gato Roboto, you got me. That's all I needed to hear. This is a Gunbrella. It's a 2D run and gun shoot 'em up. 2D platformer run and gun. Like kind of like Mega Man. Or like Contra, and you essentially have a gunbrella. Your umbrella can be like a shield, and it looks really cool. But here's the other problem: it doesn't come out till 2023.
Okay.
You get the pattern.
They need time. Yeah.
Yeah, you get the pattern that's going on here. But I am excited. Doinksoft has done really good stuff, and Gato Roboto is getting a physical copy through Special Reserve Games. So I would assume no less from Gunbrella, and I can't wait. That's gonna be a good one.
Nice.
And then the number one game of the show for me, and I think a lot of people were saying this too, was definitely that 2D platformer. It was called Electhead.
Oh yeah, I actually really like
that
one.
That was definitely my personal game of the show. Like, it's done in 4:3 aspect ratio, so like it's designed as if it was running on a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. And it's a 2D platformer where you're a little robot, and you're always charged up with electricity. You're always like flowing out, like you're always charged up. So everything you touch gets zapped. So if you want to move a platform, you just have to jump on it, and once you're on it, it moves. And there's a lot of interesting like mechanics and features that they do. A lot of obstacles. I want to play it so bad, and it comes out this year. Comes out this year, and from what I know, people on PC have already played it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been out for a year on PC, and from what I'm hearing, it's got really good reviews. So that was definitely the game of the show for me. But if you want my honest opinion, wow, that was a really bad indie showcase.
Right. Well, I think for me personally, it's just it is an indie showcase, and I think a lot of these teams, whether it's intentional or not, are trying to create these games that are just kind of like outside of the main genre and stuff. So I can understand if I understand this doesn't really appeal to like the whole mass, but for those who are actually interested in the directions that these games are going, can definitely just kind of go and check those out. But was I gonna go anywhere with that? I don't think so.
I guess let me rephrase that. Personally, there was not really much that interested me as like my taste in gaming, and I have a lot of random ass gaming tastes.
Okay.
So I personally just didn't find a lot of it interesting. I saw Ooblets and I said, yo, that's definitely a My Wife and Seffi game. 100%. Because you know, like I think indie games, I applaud them for trying to do something different. I that's the whole reason why I like indie games, is they don't really do normal things, and they're always trying to like break the boundary of what a game is.
Mhm.
And I see that throughout this whole presentation, right? But I personally think, in my opinion, I'm just kind of like, nah, I don't think I'm ever gonna play this. Nah, I'm not gonna play this. Nah, I'm not really gonna touch this.
Yeah.
I don't know. None of it really interests me personally. But if you does interest you, that's great. I'm sure you guys will find something you really like. I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about We Are OFK. People are really into that game. Good. I'm glad. Mark still sucks. He's not even here to defend himself.
But take care, Brian, by the way.
Oh yeah. He said good day, gamers. But yeah, I feel like it just wasn't for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was not, it was whatever.
I'm kind of the same way too. Personally, like, there wasn't a lot that like really catch my eye, but I like how varied it was.
Yeah, and this is coming from someone who doesn't expect there to be Silk Song or Sports Story. You know what I mean? Like, I was not going into there going, man, can't wait to see what big ass fucking indie games about to show up.
Mm-hmm.
That's not why you go into indie world showcases for. You go in to see the new things. Every single game is going to be something to learn. Like you're gonna look at it and go, is this for me or is this not for me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
And then you see Sea of Stars and you're like, oh my god.
Oh god, dude. If they would have ended with Sea of Stars, that would have saved the show, in my opinion. Sea of Stars is going to be a game I cannot wait to play.
God.
Yeah, but they did. That's my biggest issue. They didn't even end the show with a one more thing.
Oh, they didn't. Yeah, no.
They ended it with a sizzle reel trailer, and then said, "Eh, that's good enough."
I don't want to overstay our welcome.
Like what? How rude!
It's true.
How absolutely rude. But yeah, I thought it was all right.
Yeah, same here.
Not a big thing. Anayo could probably gush into more of those projects himself. Because he's definitely a big indie person. But yeah, that was about it for the indie showcase.
Got you.
I want to talk about the Xbox delays and stuff and what that means for the future, but I'm waiting for Mark on that one.
Oh, real? Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because I want to hear what he says about Xbox stuff.
Okay, real quick though, because it's one of those things where like I wasn't sure if I want to talk about this per se because it wasn't something that's like within my realm of interest per se, but Mario's attached to it, so I guess I should check it out. So it's Mario Strikers Battle League, right?
Ooh.
Remember the trailer?
Ooh.
That overview trailer, 4 minutes long, this past week, and
it's the same one they showed last week, but in English.
In English? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, because last week it did come out, but it was in Japanese.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well,
but
I just wanted to report that it looks so polished. It's crazy. Art style by itself is already like goated, but like
thank you, Next Level Games. Thank you so much.
Like,
thank you, Nintendo, for buying Next Level Games. Because this is the same team who made Luigi's Mansion 3.
Nice.
Dude, Mario Strikers has been a franchise I've been wanting back for so long, and seeing that it looks so good, like gameplay wise, I was like, oh my god, dude, I'm gonna have so much fun with this game. I can't wait to do the online battles, like the battle leagues. That's gonna be really cool. I only have one worry, and it's content, and it's like, God, I know they're gonna do it because that's how modern games are. It's a service, like, you know what I mean?
Oh.
And let's gonna start off with nothing really, but they're gonna add characters in later. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I'm pretty sure. Because 10 characters, that's it. Really? And none of them are Daisy.
No, I hear you.
I'm sure Seffi's rolling around right now, being like flipping out that Daisy's not in there. It's just weird. I don't know. Daisy's a staple in that series.
It's true.
But either way, I think it's gonna be really good. I can't wait to play it. We don't even have to wait that long. I think we got like 3 weeks left. But
it's true, yeah.
Jesus, dude, like really? It's gonna be light. I hope it's not super light on content.
I guess we'll see. For what I saw, well, character wise, that's what like felt like the weakest link out of everything I saw.
I mean, Yoshi's in, so that's my main, but that's not the
Right.
point.
Yo, where's Goomba? Yo.
What? What did you say?
He just wears like it's just a helmet.
Yeah, I can't wait, dude. Mario Strikers is one of the best sports like series. I played them all. Like I played the GameCube one, I played the Wii one. The Wii one's not as good, but it's still fun. And judging by this one, I'm gonna say right now, it probably isn't gonna be as good as the GameCube one. But
Okay.
but having said that, it's still gonna be a good game. Like if you have no context, this is gonna be one of the best games you've ever played.
Mm-hmm. That's the kind of sentiment that reminds me of Power Tennis versus Tennis Aces.
Oh my god, dude. Power Tennis is so good. Mario Power Tennis is so fucking good. Even the 64 Mario Tennis and golf games are so good, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, Mario Golf Toadstool Tour on GameCube, dude. Ooh. Yeah. They're not gonna ever be as good, but they're still good games, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm still like it's a Mario Golf, it's a Mario Tennis, it's a Mario Strikers for your Switch. Just buy it. Just play it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, especially if you're a person like me who person who like me who likes to pick up big multiplayer games
Mm-hmm.
for like hangouts and like parties and stuff. This is a no-brainer. It's 8 players locally.
That's true.
So 8
players.
people with a Joy-Con sideways. This is a big game. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready. As our good friend Reggie Fils-Aimé says, my body is ready.
My body is ready. Didn't he have a book coming out?
He actually already released the book.
Nice.
He just talks about his experiences working at Nintendo.
Cool.
Interesting stuff that he says, but then some of the stuff I'm like, really? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like he was like, I really didn't like Donkey Konga. I really wish that game wasn't going to release. He was saying that Donkey Konga was a bad decision, but then it ended up selling well anyways.
All right. Well, all right.
But then he also, I do want to bring this up. He also talked about Mother 3.
Oh yeah, I think I heard about
and
that.
how he just thinks that Japan doesn't want to deal with the translation issues because the game has a lot of things, like there's a lot of topics and a lot of like sensitive subjects in that game that if you were to translate them in English, they would sound pretty bad. And I think Japan just doesn't want to deal with, Nintendo just doesn't want to deal with that.
Okay.
He was saying though that if the Wii U had sold well, they probably would have released Mother 3. Only because Mother 1 was released on Wii U as Earthbound Beginnings.
Mm-hmm. Were we gonna get something with that? Or was that one thing and something else? I think I think it's just regular Earthbound that we have.
So we recently got Earthbound, which is Mother 2, on the Switch Online service. So we got it for the Super Nintendo, and then we also got Earthbound Beginnings for the NES, which is a game that was never released to us. So I love that series. I actually have plans to stream that series, but I'm holding out a little bit to see if Mother 3 will actually show up this year. If not, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I can always just get a repro cart of Mother 3 in English.
That's fair.
But if you've never played Mother or any of the Earthbound, let's call it Earthbound for the sake of this conversation. If you've never played Earthbound, please at least play Earthbound Mother 2. At least play Earthbound. Yeah. Earthbound Beginnings is a little hard to get into. I'm not gonna lie to you. It is an NES RPG. So there's grinding, there's like not knowing where to go, there's like tedious tasks. It's good. It's just Earthbound's the more friendlier game. Definitely the one you should play. I do own a cartridge of that game. It is one of my more rarer games in my collection. I love that game to death. Please play it. It's a great game. And I only bring this up because I think Nintendo Life had a really cool 1-hour video about like people's experiences with the Mother series. It was really cool.
Let's check that out actually.
It was a very cool, well-made video.
Yeah, that's pretty much all my topics too.
Yeah, unless Mark gets back, let me message him real quick.
And you good?
Let me see.
Mayhaps not.
I said, I'm gonna tell him, you ready to talk about Xbox?
Do you want to talk about in the meantime? Was it Nickelodeon?
Yes. Give me 1 minute though. I'm gonna go get something to
Got
drink.
it. All right. So let me see if there's anything else I want to just like tag on before we jump into that big subject matter. Not much, I would say, to be honest. I've just been like in my corner, like wrapping up on RPGs in general, and then included like Octopath Traveler. Once I'm done with that, then I'm gonna be focusing on probably the smaller games off camera. I'm not gonna lie, like my backlog could really use trimming, and I think I can really like add a couple more dents by just tackling smaller games like within the catalog. But we'll see how that plays out. I do want to play through the Gunvolt series, for example. I know 3 is coming out relatively soon. Probably gonna get a physical run of that. Not to mention, there was also Avengers X2. That was also pre-order, so that's kind of like on its way. There's a bunch of other things. Oh, you know what? Tunic. I gotta continue playing through Tunic. Maybe I should like start over and maybe like do that as like a let's play or something like that. Something to revitalize like the YouTube channel. Oh yeah, that reminds me. We do have a meeting coming up. I do want to just address the state of let's plays over on the YouTube channel, because it's been on hiatus for a while, and part of that's because I've just been kind of packed with things to do over the weekends, including streaming, so I'll have to really figure that out. But outside of that, Tunic is really good, and I was playing it through Game Pass PC specifically. Not really a reason, either Xbox or like the PC. I just decided to just utilize the PC a little bit more. But oh yeah, that and whatchamacallit, Guardians of the Galaxy. I gotta also jump onto that as well. Those are really good games. There's a lot of them. That backlog is absolutely like ridiculously large. So yeah, I'm looking at it right now. I'm thinking about it, and I already see like the Pokemon bundle one, and I'm like, I have to get through that. Maybe do like a Nuzlocke run of that with the shiny Turtwig. Turtwig has not been touched. That shiny Turtwig has just been sitting in that save file for a while. And April really does need to get like a bit more time to shine than just the one-off like shiny encounter, right? So I think I'll go through that. Yeah, we'll go through that. But what else was there? You know, a lot of the I'm sorry, what was it? Limited run games I've collected so far. Yeah, those need to be checked out as well. One of the biggest ones I was looking forward to was definitely One Step from Eden. One Step from Eden actually came out a while back, physically released, and I received my copy at least maybe a month ago at this point. And it's been on Game Pass for a while, so if you guys are interested in that or anything like Mega Man Battle Network like, recommend that one as well. But here we go. We got the boy Phil. Still no Mark yet, but we still got Phil.
Wait, what were you talking about? Sorry.
I was talking about like me chipping away at my backlog with smaller games on
Nice.
the side going forward. Octopath is like, I'm 80 hours in now, and I don't regret it. It's just like there's a bunch of other things to take care of too.
I feel it. I still yet to beat Pokemon Legends.
Ooh.
Yep, I know. It happens all the time. I always get really lazy about Pokemon, and then when the new one's barely coming out, I'm like, well, I better rush this early one. And I just fucking, I'll probably beat Legends before Scarlet and Violet for sure.
Okay.
But did we talk about Nickelodeon All-Stars?
Not. Oh, we didn't yet. No.
Okay, I'll talk about the multiverses stuff first.
Oh,
so
yeah.
multiverses, which is the Warner Brothers platform game, the platform fighter,
Yeah.
which is the genre we consider like Smash Brothers and Rivals of Aether. That's typically what it's called. Multiverses is Warner Brothers' version of it. There's going to be characters from all over the place. I think we talked about this
A while
earlier
back.
this year or a while back, yeah. But the big thing is that there's going to be a beta this year. I don't know when the beta is going to start. Let me check that up real quick. But I know that Evo 2022 is going to actually have a tournament for the game.
Oh my god. All right.
It's going to be a 2v2 tournament, and there's like a $10,000 prize pool for it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. It's kind of crazy, but yeah, it looks good. Oh, hold on, there it is. Closed alpha will let you test Warner Brothers platform. This is coming from pushsquare.com. It takes place from the 19th to the 27th of May.
That's really close. All right.
You only get to try 2v2 modes.
Okay. That's fair.
And the only 4 characters you'll be able to play as are Batman, Shaggy, Bugs Bunny, and Arya Stark.
Oh, okay.
What a lineup.
Man, dude.
What a fucking lineup.
You know what? I mean, like, I actually am like really curious about this one. They got a lot of money in this one. You could just see it. Like,
Yeah, there's a lot of money. All the voice actors are confirmed coming back for each one, including the Game of Thrones like performers.
My god, dude.
So they're going in hard. I only wish it was on Switch because I would love to use my GameCube controller, but
Oh
yeah, it's not coming to Switch.
Damn.
It's gonna be a PlayStation and Xbox only, which is fine. It's fine. I'll play it on those and see.
Is
what
it
happens.
gonna be Series X and 5 exclusive?
No, PS4 and 5. So
Okay.
I'm assuming Xbox One and Series X.
It's already one up in Gotham Knights. That's good.
Why is it one upping? Wait,
Well,
hold on.
hold on. I'll rewind back because I think it's also kind of sad that like Gotham Knights, for whatever your opinion is about the game, is that the accessibility now instead of being announced for like PlayStation 4 and upwards and Xbox One and upwards, it's now just going to be Series X and PlayStation 5 going forward. Which for me, I think that's a bummer. For other people, it could be whatever. Those who are big on exclusives, then that's fine.
I think you and I might have a different viewpoint on that because I think that's great. I think that we're finally starting to see companies go, yeah, we really shouldn't compromise these games anymore to keep them on the previous consoles. We really need to start focusing on like actual next gen games for PS5 and Series X.
Okay.
Like I don't see why. Like it doesn't feel special for me to own a PS5 right now or a Series X.
This is true.
When all of those games can be on the last previous like consoles.
Okay.
Like getting games like that, cool. That means I have a reason to have my PS5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'll probably pick up Gotham Knights on PS5. The game actually looks decent. It doesn't look bad. It looks fine.
Yeah, I have the same.
I heard it has a big single player component, so I'm in.
All right.
But yeah, Gotham Knights looks great.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't wait to actually see it in action. But yeah.
Yeah. I guess for me personally, and like my opinion is not at all like the strongest at all. It's just that like accessibility of just being able to play a game. When we're still kind of like in that like we're still within the issue of just being able to have like a PlayStation 5, even if you have the funds available for it, PlayStation 5 or series.
I understand that sentiment. Oh my god, Anai says, here comes Phil with his opinion. I understand that sentiment. The problem is for people who do get a PS5 and a Series X, it's a matter of why should you even at this point?
Right.
Because what do we have exclusive to PS5? Returnal?
James. Well, I mean, just
Ratchet and Clank.
Just things that you can count on both hands.
Yeah, you can count on one hand, but
well, technically you're right.
You technically can only count on one hand with this because there isn't that much exclusives. There isn't a reason for you to just jump. Like if I wasn't doing like Twitch, if I wasn't content creating with this, I would not have a PS5 or Series X. There would be no reason to.
Hmm.
But I want to keep up with all the latest games, so I have those. But there really isn't a reason to have them. All these games exist on previous gen consoles. And I said Ratchet and Clank is enough, and that's great for all the Ratchet and Clank fans. I love Ratchet and Clank. Rift Apart was incredible.
But then I can understand, like,
But it's
if it was PlayStation 4 as well, then it's like...
Yeah, but imagine it. Yeah, imagine if that game was also on PS4, people would have fucking lost their shit. God of War Ragnarok is gonna be a PS4 and PS5 game.
Oh yeah, wait, that's weird. Okay, yeah. Now I see it like that.
Yeah, like God of War Ragnarok's gonna be it. Gran Turismo 7 was on both. And then Xbox doesn't help it any better either, because Halo Infinite, their biggest game last year,
is also Xbox One.
Exactly.
And I guess to be honest, like Xbox is kind of weird because of just how it is. They want it to be like accessible to like everybody from Xbox One up, and I can really appreciate that. But I get what you're saying though, because if like, and I think it's also an issue because Xbox Series X may not like be able to distinguish itself from its like previous platforms. They don't really try to make too much of an effort, aside from like maybe at the time they were putting like a little sticky label on the game case to tell you that was, and
a Series X game. Yeah, I have some of those cases still.
Yeah, and I think what was it? There was a weird thing going on with Plague Tale of Innocence. That was the one I got from like Best Buy. There was a distinction between like series version and then there was just Xbox One version. But the cover also says like it's for either or, so it can confuse people.
It's because they re-released it with that add-on on it. Like with that notice that says it's Series X. It's because that game got a free update, so you can just play it.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Some games do that. I'm still trying to look for a Doom Eternal that has that.
Oh, okay.
I would love, that's the version I want to pick up for Xbox. I want to have that one that says Series X on it because I want to make it look pretty. But yeah, there isn't really much, like for me personally, there isn't really a real reason to upgrade. I'm glad we're getting games like Gotham Knight that are going to say, hey, this is exclusive to this console. We're not going to compromise the game on previous gens.
That's fair. It's just really okay. Yeah, I get.
But I understand the accessibility part too. That's the problem. So it's so 50-50 because I get it. Not everybody can upgrade. There's these new games coming out, and it's like, do you really want to relegate them to the next gen console and then they make money?
Yeah, I think if there was just much more of an availability of it, then I wouldn't really even have that type of like opinion out there. But because like it took me like 6 months to get Series X.
Yeah. I was fortunate enough to get a PS5 and a Series X at the same time. That's not even me. That was due to my wife. So, yep. Thank you, wife, if you're watching. Yeah, she was able to get them an order in both of them, so it was pretty cool.
That was wild.
That was I don't know. I wish. I do want to see more exclusives, but I understand where people are coming from. Like everybody wants to play games.
Yeah.
So I get it, but at the same time, as a PS5 owner, as a Series X owner,
you're asking yourself like, what's the point now?
Yeah, what's the point of me actually having these? I mean, besides my Xbox being my backwards compatible machine.
Of course, Ratchet and Clank. Of course, Ratchet and Clank.
Oh yeah, sorry, Anaya. Ratchet and Clank, yes, of course. Obviously. How fucking dumb of me.
how dare me? The audacity.
Yeah, the audacity of me to not mention Ratchet and Clank. No, Returnal's really good too. I really need to put more time into it, but Returnal's been really fun. Returnal's just Hades, but with a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. And then he said, "Don't cross me.
I'll sue."
Demon Souls remake is good too. Yeah, that's technically an exclusive, but it's also a remake. So I don't know. I count it as an exclusive because it is a remake. It's not a port. So I guess.
What do you think about what was it? Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate? Where's that sit?
It's definitely just a port, but I would say that if you're gonna play that game, just get it on PS5 now.
Yeah.
Because the PS5 version really makes that game feel like a next generation game. The PS4 version was great. I obviously beat that game. It was my game of the year 2020. But playing it on PS5 because I'm currently playing through it again.
Mm-hmm.
Not really. That's why I didn't mention it. I'm just kind of like jumping to it sometimes. Dude, the jump is so good. Dude, 60 frames per second on that game is incredible.
Load times faster.
It's so fluid. Yeah, load times are way faster.
Access to the Yuffie episode.
Yeah, I haven't played that yet. I have not played the. Yeah, I haven't played it yet. I want to, but I'll get there. I wanted to beat the game again and then jump into the UV content.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, that's definitely the version to get. Let's see. What else? I'm trying to avoid the Xbox conversation, but I don't think Mark's coming back in time.
It's okay. Well,
let's just do it.
Yeah.
All right. So the biggest news for gaming is that Microsoft and Bethesda have come out and say that both Starfield and Redfall are being delayed into 2023.
Ooh. Could you imagine if they decided to make that announcement at their press conference?
Oh, that would have been horrible. And that conference is coming up soon too.
Yeah, but it's still like, was it the following month?
We're 1 month away. Like almost on the dot. Crazy. Like, and here's the biggest issue, right? Okay, let me start with Redfall because that's the easiest one to get through.
Sure, yeah.
This is the new game by Arcane Leon, which is the developer of like Dishonored, Prey, Deathloop. I didn't even know this game was supposed to be 2022. I thought it was a 2023 game all along.
I thought so too.
So when I saw that it was getting delayed, I said, no,
all
right. Yeah, it makes sense. But Starfield's the big one, right?
Right.
Starfield was the Xbox exclusive this year. Like it was supposed to be the fucking one. Like it was supposed to be the biggest game at the show. And that getting delayed, dude. I just want to say congratulations to Elden Ring for winning Game of the Year.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody else is going to compete. I mean, God of War Ragnarok still has to come out, but even then, it's just a little bit more God of War. So I don't know if it's going to be on that caliber.
We'll see.
I mean, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. I just don't think
it'll wow you in different ways as the original. Yeah, just because it was just
going to wow you in the same way. And if you know what I'm, that makes sense. Yeah,
it's like the sequel things,
exactly.
Sequel games.
So it has to do a little bit more to be impressive. But we'll see if it comes out and it's godlike, and I don't mean that in a punny way. Then damn, dude. But other than that, I think Elden Ring's got this in the bag. Like, I don't think there's any other game coming out this year. Forspoken,
it's pretty spectacular, yeah.
Forspoken, I can't even think of any other game for PS4, for PlayStation or Xbox.
They can really like.
Nothing's dated. That's the problem. That was what the conversation I wanted to get into. Is that nothing is dated. The rest of this year is so unknown. We don't know. For the most part. I mean, Gotham Knights has a release date. Hogwarts Legacy has a release date. Is there anything else? I can't. Forspoken has a release date.
Oh yeah, you're right. Is that like October?
That's a game I'm looking forward to, huh?
Is that October or November?
October.
Okay.
That's a game I'm looking forward to. But I just like. That's it, dude. There's nothing. And without Starfield this year, Xbox has no games this year, dude.
Any like new
ones,
yeah.
No exclusive to Xbox games. I'm not saying you won't buy Gotham Knights on Xbox, or you know what I mean, like
right. But it's like you know, Xbox
actual
or Microsoft exclusive.
Yeah, I was like, oh no. But I mean, here's the problem: Sony ain't doing any better either. We got God of War Ragnarok. That's it
At this point, yeah.
at this point. And it's like, unless Final Fantasy 16 miraculously shows up this year, which I doubt,
I doubt it, yeah.
PlayStation's got really nothing either. Like, this is it.
So I guess it really kind of depends on like the presentation that they have like in June. Xbox, Bethesda, just like them, and then Sony
Yeah.
gonna have to do something else.
Well, if the rumor we talked about this last time, but if the rumors are true and every single game studio that they own is going to show something, it's going to be a big show. I just wonder which ones will actually show up this year.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I think, okay, and this is why I wanted Mark here, but he's probably going to rag me for this. Asking us to wait 1 year was something. You know, we got Halo, we waited the year, it happened. But asking us to wait 2 years for something that's not Halo, that's asking a lot.
Semi-fair.
Motherfucker.
Semi. Hey, at least you got it, like, you got it there.
This motherfucker. But, it's true. It's true. Like, I get it. You know, like asking us to wait 1 year after launch for Halo to come up. All right, sure. You know, I think we could deal with that. But you're asking us to wait for 2 years now with no games, essentially. Like, no exclusive games. Let me be very clear about that. Obviously, you're going to buy whatever games you play platform. Like, whatever platform you choose, you're going to buy games for.
Right.
But, like, we're talking like first-party exclusive things. Yeah, Xbox got nothing, dude. Like, not this year, at least. I can think of one game, but I know it's going to be a meme as soon as I say it.
Okay.
Forza Motorsport has to be coming out this year, right? And I don't mean Horizon. I mean the actual reboot that they're planning for Series X.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the other Forza game. Yes. Yes.
The one that is not arcadey fun, it's realistic. But you know what? I like realistic racers, so can't be too mad. I just, oh my god, dude. I don't know, dude. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about the Starfield delay. I really thought it was gonna make it. I really thought they were like right on this. There's a reason they dated it last year.
Yeah. I think.
And
oh god.
It sucks. It sucks that we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. And I know that the delays are always better for the games. I get it. But for Xbox, that's just not a thing that can happen anymore.
It's interesting, like when you look at all three consoles, right? I think we're beyond the period where it was really like multi-platform releases for games. And like, for example, the Wii would end up having maybe the better, but sometimes like the lesser version of the other two. And now we're in this period where they're kind of all focusing on themselves.
The Wii U always got the lesser version of whatever game that came out.
But like,
that's not fair. Wait a minute.
It's also not wrong.
I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's not fair for that conversation. Fuck the Wii U. All right, we're not talking about the Wii U right now.
I saw, like, what was it like Black Ops? Was it Black Ops 3 that was on the Wii U, or is it Black Ops 2?
2.
I remember seeing that on there and reading the back. I was like, why did they cut so much content?
Listen, goddammit. The only reason I want to hear you say the words Wii U coming out of your mouth right now is if you tell me that Zelda Wind Waker and Twilight Princess are coming to Switch. All right. Other than that, I don't give a fuck. Or sorry, Xenoblade Chronicles X. Other than that, don't even mention that console right now.
3.
I
just remember I was working at GameStop during that time, and I was like, outside of the 3DS, looking at their other consoles, I was like, Mr. Nintendo's not looking so good right now.
No, but we're not talking
like,
about
I was
that.
actually worried that they were on death's door for a while. I was like, uh-oh.
Anaya is saying, you know, Xbox has all these studios, which is great, but the expectations are mad high. It's like having mad guns with no ammo. And that's kind of a good way to put it, right?
The ammo is shipping. The ammo just takes forever to get there.
Yeah, that's the problem. There's so many studios that they own now. They're really building this library of studios, but nothing's ready to go. It's not, and I understand that sentiment, right? There wasn't like you just buy something and they can immediately say, hey,
let's do it.
Yeah. It has to come, right? It has to come to fruition.
People will be pissed that it's rushed.
Right.
But at the same time, dude, you're asking a lot
It
for
is.
like
You're not wrong. Like, I understand what you're saying, and you do have a point. It's you can only ask people to wait for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, dude, I'm not even the biggest Xbox fan out of all 3 consoles. You know
Looks at
this.
Star Citizen.
Oh my fuck, dude.
Xbox is a saint compared to Star Citizen.
Oh well, yeah, but you, as someone who like Xbox is my least favorite of the 3. Obviously, I know that I do praise it a little bit more nowadays. I just it's kind of hard for me to go, man. I'm excited for this next game when it's not even close.
The other companies wish they had a boss as cool as Phil Spencer.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
what you're saying.
No, we mean you do too, Phil.
Me?
I love.
I
I
on
do-
Xbox, I would have been doing way better than this.
Honestly, I do think as soon as like once Phil Spencer took the helm, things were did like at first it was a little rough, but he did get the hang of it, and things
I
have
don't
gotten a
want
lot better.
to. If I was the head of Xbox, the games that you'd be seeing on Xbox would be so like so me, and you would know it's me. You'd be getting Perfect Darks and Banjo Kazooie's left and right, guys. Like 100%. May not be rare that does it, but I would assure you that somebody's gonna pick up Banjo Kazooie.
Well, I've liked Phil's approach because Phil has been saying this. He says, like he says, yes, we have a bunch of titles that we could put out there, sure, but he wants to save that for when he's got a team that's passionate about the project, so it comes out good and not just we're doing it just to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but okay, like I said, the rumors for the actual conference that's happening in June 12th,
Mhm.
if every studio does show up with a game that they're working on, that's going to be exclusive to Xbox. That's going to be a great show. My only problem is when are they
When those
coming
games gonna
out?
come out, right? It's like announced. Like there's a period between like the announcement of something and the progress of it. And we've seen this now with like Nintendo, right? Where it's like, oh, we have to push Splatoon out. Let's bring in Xenoblade closer. They had it ready.
Yep,
They had it ready.
those games. Yeah,
I was gonna say,
Xenoblade was
was that
completely
planned or was
ready.
that just a happy accident?
No, that's not a happy accident. Well, okay. So Nintendo's well known that they already have the games done. They're ready to go, but they choose specific months that make sense for the games.
Right. It's kind of
Marketing.
why, well, I mean, this could also be like how the stars are aligned now, but it's kind of why we're not really talking about Nintendo as far as like, oh, what's happening in the later half, or like just like from here to like July, because they already have
No
that
one
planned
fucking
out.
knows.
They even have Splatoon out like further out, so we're not even like
September.
thinking
Yeah,
about
so
it too
we
much.
already know Nintendo's plans all the way up until September. The only things we need dated for Nintendo are Bayonetta 3
Hmm.
and Ubisoft needs to date Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope.
Hmm.
Because
Did I tell you, by the way? Ubisoft has started taking testers for
That game?
I always know the name of the game.
oh
I always
god,
know
that
the name of
really
the game.
shitty pirate game? Yes, that's the one.
It hasn't even shown anything yet. You're already saying it's shitty.
Listen, this is Ubisoft. I can't trust them on anything at this point. Only thing I trust them with is Rayman, and even then they fucked that up. So I can only trust them with Rayman and Mario plus Rabbids. And that's pretty much it at this point.
This is the words of a hurt man.
I just want Splinter Cell, goddammit.
This is the word of a man.
I will always come back
him
and
too
say
many
if they
times.
don't give me Splinter Cell this year, I'm pissed. That's it.
If they give him Splinter Cell, he'll be like, "All right, you get a pass."
No, they'd be getting passes for me for a while if they gave me Splinter Cell.
I think they've already announced. Like, I don't know if they
A
announced it. I know
VR Splinter Cell.
Hmm?
They're gonna make a VR Splinter Cell, which is
I could
cool.
have swore that they were working on something Splinter Cell.
They're also, yeah, I heard there's a remake of the original game, but I mean, sure, I'll bite.
Listen,
It's
Sam-
Splinter Cell. I'll take whatever I can get.
Look, as long as Sam Fisher gets to retire.
Because they heard everyone saying Splinter Cell, Splinter Cell, Splinter Cell, Splinter Cell.
Anaya said Sparks of Hope, more like Barks on Dope.
What do you mean, dude?
No, Nintendo just has to date Bayonetta 3, and that'll be their big game of the year this year.
I'm just an optimistic person.
We appreciate that.
But also, here's the thing though, Nintendo is that company that'll hold a Mario game, announce it, and then release it 2 weeks. They've done that with the Mario 3D All Stars.
They're the kind of guys to announce something that they had never announced before and say it's coming out that day.
Yep,
Which I can appreciate.
that's the thing.
They got that
That's the
under
thing.
wraps.
So, like, if you want to just roll through Nintendo's rest of the year, wait till their presentation happens in the summer, and then they'll have everything dated up until at least almost the beginning of 2023.
I can
But
appreciate
if you want
that,
to,
like
but if
that
you want
prospect.
to talk, if you want to talk sense to them about putting their retro games in, they're going to be like, nah,
Huh?
that makes too much sense.
What?
They're
What's
like,
that?
Huh? What?
I
So
don't even
anyway,
know what a
about
Metroid Zero mission is.
As Gary said, they're gonna look at you. I told you, the meme. I have made the meme a reality on this, which is
What do you
that makes too
mean?
much sense.
What do you mean you want Twilight Princess and Wind Waker on Switch? That's dumb. We'll just keep it on Wii U.
That makes far too much sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Money? We don't want money.
I think it's because like I've heard this before
okay.
in Japanese culture. In Japanese culture, there seems to be a thing of when you get the money you want, they kind of think about like their mindset is less of how can I make more and more of. Well, I got all I need. Why would I need to make more?
I would
Tell that the PlayStation.
I would be skeptical about that statement, but we've kind of seen that already. So
Tell that to
I-
Sony.
I think Nintendo lives by that statement very thoroughly, but Sony, you're right on Sony.
mhm.
But here's the problem, though. I will bet money that we're gonna get Wind Waker HD and Twilight Princess HD this year.
This year?
Has to happen.
Hey yo,
I hope so.
Nintendo worried about? Did you guys talk about Nintendo being worried about the next console, Switch?
Oh, you know
I
what? We
heard-
didn't even
yeah,
go
we
into
never
that. I'll
talked
go
about
into that last. I'll go
Okay.
into last.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
we
you
didn't
see
even
the
talk
first
about
tweet?
their financial reports. Huh?
Did you see the first tweet and the thread of tweets regarding that when it was trending? Because it had
Oy.
nothing to do with the Switch.
Had
Yeah.
nothing to do with the Switch.
No,
I was
Classic Twitter.
working respectfully.
I was gonna say I do believe Zelda's coming this year. There's a lot of reports and a lot of people saying that it is, and I believe them this time. It's
I thought it was
because
delayed.
no, Breath of the Wild 2 got delayed. I think
Oh,
we're gonna definitely get Wind Waker and Twilight this year, and there's a reason. It's because Nintendo hasn't missed a single year without Zelda on the Switch.
So it's a pattern.
It's a pattern. They always release a Zelda on Switch every single year, whether it be a remake or something. Like 2017 was Breath of the Wild. 2018 was, I'm trying to remember,
This-
Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition.
Maybe?
Yes.
And then 2019
Yes.
was like then
2019 was Link's Awakening.
yeah, Link's woke.
Yeah, Link's Woke. 2020 2020 was Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity.
Yes.
And then 2021 was
is
Skyward Sword
Skyward.
HD.
Link's woke.
And then somewhere in between that was Cadence of Hyrule. But either way, there's always been one Zelda game every year. So they're going to do something to make up for having to delay Zelda. That's just the sentiment. And I honestly, I agree. Something's going to happen for sure.
They'll give you something to tie you over until Breath of the Wild too.
Exactly.
Right.
That's exactly what I feel it's going to be.
They
It's
will give
something
you
to tie us over.
some copium.
Plus, those HD versions just can't stay on Wii U, dude. They're so good that I want more people to play them.
Yeah. I wanted to say, it was actually at the very beginning when I was bringing up like the Wii and then the Wii U about like their quote unquote inferior versions. But it wasn't part of that conversation. It was about the fact that like I think we're kind of looking at we're obviously kind of looking at Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo kind of the same perspective as we used to do in the past, which was new console, we'd be excited for that, new games for that console. And now we're in a weird spot where yeah, PlayStation 5 continues that trend. Switch is a little bit behind because that's a 5+ year like old console now, but still releasing games. But Xbox is kind of weird because
They changed the game.
yeah, because they have Game Pass as like one of their like premium types of things that they want to push forward for you to like subscribe to. They're pushing
And all of your consoles work. All of your console games work on the same console.
Kinda.
They're kind of right. There's also
Kind
the
of,
initiative
yeah.
of like Xbox on everything. So they have like a specific team working towards that, and the fact is that the Xbox platforms are kind of in a weird blending type of phase where like it's Xbox One and Xbox Series. There's very few Xbox like series like only type of games. So
Yep.
There are very, very few of them. Like that's because they're trying to make it so it's like all inclusive.
right, and then of course it's their acquisition towards all these different companies, and they all have to like work together to like make all these different games and find the right one. So
And I believe they said a solution to the series only things is through the cloud. So like you can stream them in series quality on a console that's not a series.
Wasn't
Yeah.
wasn't there like a patent? I mean, it's not going forward, but there was a patent about like the physical disc actually being read instead of just being like a key. I heard about something like that.
There was a patent about that, but I don't think that's gonna come to fruition.
Wait, about a disc being read?
Yeah, so how backwards compatibility works, this is why I said kinda. You pop in the disc and it reads the title, and if it's backwards compatible, it downloads the game to your console. You're not actually playing it off a disc. You're downloading whatever's on the store. The disc is the key to play it.
And that's the same with just like even modern
It's
ones,
a
right?
key.
Yeah. No. Xbox One natively plays off the disc.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah.
It's a key.
It's your Xbox original and 360 games that don't play off the disc.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Xbox One is native; it runs off the disc, but everything else it reads and then downloads whatever's on the shop.
Remember
Okay.
the old days of just throwing your game in the disc drive and just playing it?
We always
Yeah,
do.
I know.
We always do. I mean,
That's,
Switch
and
is
that-
kind
and
we
Switch
still
is-
hope, but
Switch kind of like
and that-
creates a tradition.
But now, if you want to, but now it's more of
God, dude, I'm so fucking terrified. The next Switch is not going to be backwards compatible. I have such a big ass
do we want to
library,
move on to
dude.
that topic right now?
No. Hold on. I'm not done with the rest of the year. I was gonna say that I really hope something happens this year where it's another game that's competing with Elden Ring, because Elden Ring has got Game of the Year in the bag at this point.
Yeah, it's true.
It's sad, but
There's
it's
not much
true.
that can compete given like the
With
genre.
the only two games I thought were gonna make it like to compete would have been Zelda Breath of the Wild 2 and Starfield, and both of them got
Both of
delayed.
them delayed. Both
And it's yeah,
What
I
other
can't,
what other games have come out this year?
dude. Nothing. That's the problem.
nothing
Oh,
that
if
can
you're
really go
not-
against
if you're not
that.
talking
you know?
about- If you're not talking about Nintendo, PlayStation only has God of War Ragnarok.
I mean, as you're saying, with Nintendo, there's Arceus, but that's
Well, Legends Arceus is a thing, but I'm gonna be real with you. If you're gonna make me compare Legends Arceus to Elden Ring, yeah, okay. I guess Elden Ring still wins, right?
no. I'm just saying, but it could at least end up in the running.
That's like asking
Certainly.
me.
But
No,
that's-
yeah, I mean it'll probably be nominated, but that's like
Yeah.
asking me if Horizon 2 is better than Elden Ring.
There's also Kirby.
Oh,
Kirby is gonna be like a personal like game
I
of the year.
know.
Like
it's already personal
it's-
for me.
I already know it's a really good Switch game, but it really isn't Elden Ring, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Elden Ring is a game that has changed the open world genre. And
Oh.
that
And since it wasn't at the awards last year, it won the fan vote because it wasn't in the awards, but it still could compete this year. And that's only if, despite the controversies recently, Infinite still could compete.
no.
But it really? Because like, I mean, the game came out like what, December? Like
Let me
officially,
be
or
real with
late
you, dog.
November?
It came out December.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Halo
they didn't get to
It
compete.
is not gonna compete this year. I can tell you right now, I don't even think it's gonna get nominated. Not with the way it's going.
Didn't it win the People's award at the last
Yeah,
one?
it did. Because
Yeah.
it just came out and everyone was excited for Halo, and me too. And then season 2 just dropped, and it's such a whatever season so far.
Narratively, I'm interested.
Sure. With whatever narrative is there.
Are you aware what narrative is there?
Yeah, I'm aware.
He's where.
It's really it's whatever, but I just I don't know, dude. I can't wait another 6 months for season 3 to drop. I'm sorry.
You give me frustrated dad energy.
It's true. They could be doing so much better.
I'm so disappointed.
No, listen, I still play Halo Infinite. It's still like one of my favorite Xbox games.
It
just-
plays so good.
But like, damn, dude, I can't keep playing the same things over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
There's not much content that it launched with, and we should have known when they said free to play that it was going to do that.
Yeah.
We should have known better.
I will say when the quality though, when the new content comes, the quality's great. It's just there's not a lot of it.
There's not a lot of it. That's the
Mm.
problem. But anyways, yeah,
It's
I
like, would you
kind
rather have
of
a bunch and have it be low quality, or have a little bit and have it be high quality?
a bunch. At least it's different. want me to be fucking fair with you, Mark. No, I really wish.
Savage.
I hope we get to see something different because I don't know, dude. It's kind of shitty to be owning a PS5 and an Xbox Series X right now, especially if you're in it for the actual next gen exclusive games. There's
Yeah.
not much.
Yeah, it's one thing just
There's
to
not
have like
much.
the PlayStation 5 version, but it's another thing just to have an
Imagine having
exclusive
all of
type
these.
thing.
Imagine having all of these things.
Mm.
But yeah,
Must be nice.
but yeah, like I said, early congratulations to Elden Ring for winning Game of the Year.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of deserved.
Gotta deserve it. Yeah,
it's kind of deserved.
Just I just didn't think it was gonna be this early.
Like,
the fact
it's
that
a
we can
pretty
call,
damn good game.
yeah, we can call it Game of the Year already. You know, like.
Yeah. I mean, with the way things are, it's almost starting to look like 2021's like Game of the Year lineup of all the other things too. When it's so, just spaced out with different genres of games you wouldn't even expect to show up on a Game of the Year listing.
Yeah.
Games have kind of like the games for this year. Well, Saints Row still coming out this year, isn't it?
Do you really think Saints Row is going to compete with Elden Ring? I just wanted. Real
As
question.
someone who's a Saints Row fan,
That's
I'm hoping
fine.
it's good. I'm hoping it's good. I
But
don't
are
know if
you
it's gonna
saying
compete.
it's Game of the Year worthy? Is what
No,
I'm
just
trying to
saying
say.
what else is coming out this year. Like, I'm just thinking of examples.
I can give you some third-party games. Yeah, Saints Row is coming out this year.
Mhm.
Forspoken from Square Enix is still coming out this year.
I mean, sorry.
Where can I download that mod?
Gotham Knights.
Huh?
Gotham Knights for Series X and PS5. Hogwarts Legacy. There are games coming out this year.
Harry
We're
Potter
talking
RPG?
about. Yeah,
Right.
we're talking about like actual legitimate exclusive games. Forspoken's technically exclusive to PS5, but
that's one. That's one.
There's one. There you go. Boom, you got it. God of War Ragnarok still has to happen.
Yeah.
But Xbox just doesn't have the games ready. And I don't know if people are going to be able to wait another year. That's what I'm trying to get at.
This is true. It's because, yeah. Oh, I think that's what I was trying to get with my little bit about like how we perceive Xbox nowadays. Is that, yeah, you're right. Is the fact that like Game Pass like has so many games to kind of keep you occupied. But if you're really wanting to see the new games, you may not have that like in spades, right? So I mean, like
2023, every single fucking month in 2023 better have an Xbox game. That's all I gotta say.
That's what it feels like. And
All 12 of them.
I will give credit. There is one game that came out recently, like super recently, that is Microsoft exclusive, and that is Union Chronicles Rising. But that game apparently didn't do as well as
Rising?
Yeah.
The 2D Metroidvania one?
Yes.
That's on Switch and PS5.
Oh, okay. I guess I
can confirm it's in the eShop.
You're right. Yeah, you're right.
He's like, I can confirm I own all 3 copies.
No, no. Union Chronicles 3 Heroes, the actual RPG that's coming out next year,
right,
is Xbox exclusive as of right now.
Okay.
Yes, as of right now.
And then Rising is just kind of like, oh, you know.
Rising's a prequel that sets up some of the story plots, but it's a 2D Metroidvania.
Got you.
It's not an actual RPG. The RPG, if you want to know, it's the RPG that's going to be based on Suikoden.
Okay.
Which is Konami's Suikoden. It's Konami's like old RPG series that was very popular. People really liked it. I'm also kidding. It wasn't that popular. It's really good. You should play it, but nobody really bought it. It's very niche. What's his name? Psycho Mantis uses that game as a reference in Metal Gear. If you have a save file for Suikoden, he says that. He says, "Ah, I see you like Suikoden."
Do they have any other comments to it?
He just says it. Yeah, it's great.
Okay. That was so funny.
Yeah.
And then he sees all the dirty ones. He's like, "Oh, what the?"
I guess we can do the final topic, no?
Oh, what was the final topic at this point?
Nintendo?
Sorry. Right.
The next evolution.
Yeah, dude. Let me talk about the top 10 real quick. The top 10 games so far haven't changed, other than the fact that Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl went and fucking made number 8 and knocked out Splatoon 2 out of that top 10.
Impressive.
So like
Impressive.
we have 3 out of the 4 mainline Pokemon games on that top 10 list.
Oh, you play Pokemon.
Oh my god. So, and I think Legends Arceus is going to be right behind it. It sold 14 million within its time.
I think it deserved that. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. But it's kind of crazy. Like Pokemon Brilliant Diamond Shiny Pearl, everyone was so hard on it, and then all of a sudden,
oops,
still top 10 seller. But Sword and Shield is still the top selling Pokemon game of all time right now.
That's fair.
Yep.
I give it credit for that.
Yep. And then let's see. The other thing about the reports is the Switch itself. So the Switch has officially passed is gonna pass the Wii. I think it's super fucking close. It's like 3 million behind the Wii. It's gonna make it.
Very impressive.
Once the Switch passes the Wii, it is the best-selling Nintendo home console of all time.
It's well deserved.
Very well deserved. But it still needs to pass 2 more Nintendo consoles to be the best Nintendo console, period. It still needs to pass the Game Boy Color. That's they consider Game Boy Color as 1.
Sure. Okay.
And the DS.
Ooh. Is it close to the DS?
No.
Okay.
The DS is very high up there. It's the best selling Nintendo console, period.
Goddamn. All right.
You're looking at 151 million units in its lifetime. But recently, the Switch has also surpassed the PS4.
Oh yeah, that's right, it did.
In only 5 years, it's already passed the PS4 sales.
That's impressive.
And PS4 is still selling.
Oh yeah, that's right. And they are going to continue making more of those PS4s too. That's the funny thing.
Yeah, so Switch is selling like crazy right now.
I won't buy an OLED. We can get up there.
You know what's funny? Most of those sales are not OLED sales. Those are still standard Switch sales. Yep. It's only a couple of like OLEDs are on there. I think they're like 30 million, I think.
Right. All the more reason to get an OLED version.
Oh yeah.
Treat
there
yourselves.
Just wasn't. There really, yeah, it's just selling like crazy, dude. The Switch it's got that library this time. It has that library that appeals to everybody. That the library that everybody wanted after the Super Nintendo. That's the problem. So glad to see Nintendo do the biggest turnaround in their life, from being the least favorite console on Wii U to being the number 1.
It's true.
Very, very big on them. And yeah, it's got a little bit more work to do, but it's only year 5. 5?
Yeah, it's 5.
Well, we're technically year 1 was 2017 to 18, yeah. Year 2
March, right?
Yeah, I think we're technically in year 6 already, but yeah, it's been out for 5 years already. So yeah, we're in year 6.
And life expectancy of a console kind of
is about 9 years.
Okay.
It's about 9 years, unless you're the Game Boy and you're 13 years.
I mean, I was gonna say Game Boy's goated that way.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Game Boy, how about game based?
Whoa. But Mark, do you want to talk about the Switch 2 or whatever the hell they were talking about?
Switch. The Super Switch.
I hope it's called the Super Switch. That'd be so cool.
Because we know it's a thing.
The new Nintendo
Switch. It's just the fact of Nintendo is very scared.
Yeah.
Nintendo's terrified right now because they are so worried about pulling another Wii U.
They are. They're very worried. They don't want... So, for context, one of the biggest reasons the Wii U failed was marketing. And when people saw the Wii U, they thought, is this just a tablet that you add to the Wii?
Yeah, it didn't look like a new console.
For the most part, yeah, that's what it felt like. I mean, even use the Wii remotes. It almost felt like...
Yep.
Yeah.
The whole reason this is called the Nintendo Switch is because they wanted to get that point across, that this switches between TV and portable.
Yes.
Yeah, that was... See, they were so scared of the Wii U that they went as far as to name their next console the point of the system. to make sure that the marketing was on point. It's pretty interesting, but yeah, I don't think they're gonna have that problem with the next Switch. I think the Switch is so popular that because they already said that like the hybrid console is what they're gonna aim for the future.
I'm all
They're
for
gonna
it.
keep that
It's really
hybrid
good.
style. I only hope, like I said earlier, it's backwards compatible with my Switch library because I will be very fucking disappointed.
Yeah, that'd be yeah. Especially for you, Phil.
Phil,
It'd be so
I've-
disappointing.
I've seen
Phil,
what's on
look
your
in
right.
Messenger.
Listen, I keep looking to my right. I'm looking at my shelf. The thing is, I understand as a Nintendo fan that every console is different and they don't really play the same games backwards compatible. I get that. But like right now in this modern age, man, that would suck. That would suck so bad. I mean, even PS5 plays PS4 games at least. Like, especially with Xbox being like super big on backwards compatibility. Like for me, it's important. Like you get to still play those games, even though, it just adds to the library, in my opinion. It feels like I'm just adding more to the same library. Like if I were to get if the next Switch or the next console was backwards compatible, and they would just be going on that shelf too, the new games.
Yeah.
Because it'd just be one unified library.
Hey, Phil.
Yeah?
Look at Messenger.
Oh my god.
Actually, Anaya said something right here. A console that he's just being kind of like silly about it, but he was just saying a console that bridges home, portable,
Oh
and
my
mobile
god.
is the next stop. And I was like, you know what? Hold on, pause. That's not a terrible idea.
Mobile, the only
That's
way
me,
you
Phil.
can. I know, I saw it. You fucking.
I don't even
the
need to play
only
it. I already know what it is.
What can you consider mobile? What does that mean exactly? Like, would it mean like you like have access to Wi-Fi at all times?
Well, I mean,
Is that what it means?
No, I think it's just like a different like engagement on like a game, because obviously like we do have like some touch-based controls on certain games already. I think one that comes to mind is what was it, the tabletop one that had all the 50 games on it?
Oh, Clubhouse games is
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
And the interesting thing about that one was that there's a certain one where like there's a certain minigame where you can actually just play it like just handheld, place it right there like on the table and move it like portrait mode so someone across from you could play it. I think it could have been just like any type of board game, but it's like that's kind of like bridging it a little bit more.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I think the Switch is already like the only thing the Switch really needs to make it perfect is that extra bump in power.
Yeah.
It needs the Steam Deck power essentially, and it would be like the ultimate like portable like console. Because Steam Deck even has its limitations, and I mean, if Nintendo were to sell you a Switch that had the Steam Deck's power, they would be unstoppable. I'm going to tell you right now. Even it doesn't even matter. It doesn't match the PS5 or Series X quality games.
Right.
But if it could run PS4, Xbox One quality on the go,
that's it.
It's pretty much game. Like you would be seeing some crazy ass ports to Switch.
That's why I don't really like play any of the Game Pass like or cloud gaming stuff for Xbox. It's because like it still isn't like native, and that's the only issue. So if you can really just get something native like that's strong too, then be like it's done.
It's true. Native ports are like the best ports because they're built for the console. They're built to how you could like they're built around the console's limitations.
Which is like I've been seeing a couple of like test videos on like the Steam Deck, and this is a quick aside, but the fact is that some games are a little bit more optimized on the Switch than it is just as a handheld like on Steam Deck because of its like specific dimensions and everything.
The Steam Deck is playing games off your Steam library, so technically it thinks you have a controller.
Yeah, that's true.
It thinks you're playing on a PC. The games were built for PC. Yeah.
He's gonna fix the settings.
Obviously, that's the point though. You'd have to go through each game and every settings
Yeah.
to make sure it's optimized for your pleasure on that console.
Right. I think it was
So
I
that's
think it was Res 2 that I saw as like an example, and it kind of underperformed in comparison. I was like, that's really interesting. I guess that it's
yeah.
something where you have to just go internally and just adjust things a lot more so.
But
Apparently,
yeah,
one day ago, Steam Deck gets Windows audio drivers at last.
I saw that, yeah. But I do hope this next console, whatever it is, I know that it's coming eventually. I know that it's gonna happen. I just hope that
scared?
I'm able to. I'm not scared. I'm really hope that I'm able to take my library. And
Yeah,
and
that's important.
honestly,
For me too.
if the Game Boy games come out this year on NSO, right?
Oh yeah.
In my opinion, I think then we'll be fine because
They just need to do two things.
you
Just
wouldn't.
just beef it up, backwards compatible. You're good.
Yep, that's all it is. And on top of that, I was gonna say, with the way they're spreading these retro releases, I think that they're building it for the future and not just for now. Imagine having to drip feed all these games again on the next console. I just don't think that's gonna happen.
The strat is simple as we said. Just beef it up, make it stronger, and
Yeah.
backwards compatible with the Switch.
And then these new,
yeah.
yep. And then imagine you'll be able to carry all of your NSO stuff to the next console too. It's perfect.
Yeah. You know,
Simple as that. It's all they got to do for success.
I was gonna say that I think it'd be a smarter idea to do kind of like what PlayStation did previously, which was like the 4 Pro. I mean, not say Switch Pro. That's not what I'm trying to lead to, but it could be
you
like
mean the
that.
PS4 glued on top of another PS4?
You mean the club sandwich?
That's exactly what it looks like. It looks
It's
like
sitting right over there.
One after the other.
Mine's in a box over
my
there.
PS4 Pro sitting right there. But yes.
Yeah, but
I see. You
yeah,
all have aircraft carriers.
But right, but it's just like I think that just a beefier like console is all you really need. Like it feels nearly perfect at this point just to have like tabletop and handheld stuff just like the way it is. It just works perfectly.
The Switch bridges that ecosystem of like Nintendo, where like Nintendo always had a portable and they always had a home console. And they were always releasing games for both. The Switch bridges that, and Pokemon is that series that proves that, right? Like Pokemon was always a portable only series. Now with the Switch, it's still technically portable only, but now you can play on your TV.
Had some console games.
No, but like mainline, legitimate
have
Pokemon games. That's what I'm trying to get at. Once you saw Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee get on Switch, into a bigger degree, Sword and Shield. In my opinion, that was like, okay, this is a Nintendo console. This isn't a portable. This isn't a home console.
Nintendo.
Yeah, this is a Nintendo. Like, this is where you will play all of your Nintendo games. That's why I personally want the Game Boy games, because it'll cement that even further.
Like this
because
this is it. Michael Jackson.
Yeah, like yes, we have NES, Super Nintendo 64, but we want, if you get the Game Boy games, this is it. This is your one-stop shop to play all of your retro Nintendo games. More. But this would be your one-stop shop to play all of your retro Nintendo games too. Like that's the perfect. It's perfect. That's what I want.
Yeah.
That's like, I get what Justin's saying, but at the same time, I'm like, yes, but it needs a little more use.
Wait, what do you mean?
A little more juice.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Needs a little more muscle.
But that's what I'm saying. The next Switch, if the next console is just a Switch but beefier, that's all it needs to be.
Yeah,
I'm totally. Switch, but it's been going to the gym.
Yeah, it's now the Nintendo Swole.
I'm also down to end this with one little fun fact I found out. So,
okay.
I found out that there's a reason Nintendo keeps naming their games with the new moniker.
Oh.
And it's because in Japan, and I'm gonna bring up this series too, Shin Megami Tensei. So Megami Tensei translates to like something about like the gods or the demons and gods or something like that.
Googling it.
Okay, Shin translates to new. So the reason Nintendo keeps naming their games with the new moniker is because in Japan it'd be called Shin Super Mario Brothers.
New Goddess Reincarnated.
Yes, there it is. New Goddess Reincarnated.
It could also be called as a rebirth, reincarnation of the goddess.
Yes.
Cool. You
So
learned
that's
something.
why they called it the new Nintendo 3DS, because it'd be Shin Nintendo 3DS. It's just a literal translation. Just found that out.
Yeah, that's just like if you take every word like literally, then that's what it means.
Yep,
I
that's
see.
why they call them that.
Hmm.
Very, very funny. But that's that. I was just looking at my list of games on my library, and I was like, "Why is it called new?" And I looked it up.
Why is it called?
What is it called new?
We got Ghost Hand 246 in the chat that says wouldn't hurt if it was backwards compatible as well. No, it needs to be beefier and backwards compatible, and you gotta. That's it. That's all it needs to be.
Like it needs to
I don't even
checkbox both of them. That's it.
Yep. I don't even
Needs to
think
go-
it needs a new controller. It just needs a beefier console and a backwards compatibility. Like I said,
what you're saying is it needs to work out and not forget its roots.
exactly. I was gonna say the 3DS is such a huge library because you have the 3DS and you have the DS library backwards compatible.
Yeah, the 3DS was around until 2020.
Exactly.
It was around for a long time.
For a long time.
So yeah, that's all I got.
I thought they stopped producing the 3DS before 2020. Honestly,
No.
Nah, it's too good.
like it had been forgotten to me.
Nah, so based. What are you talking about?
But yeah, I think that's it for me.
Yeah, I think we're good to just go ahead and wrap up. So yeah, shouts to everybody for jumping in chat. Let me do some quick shoutouts actually. Shouts to Anai, aka Avid Souls. Shouts to Brian.
No, fuck them.
Okay. Well, fuck Avid Souls, aka
Yeah, that's
Anaya.
sponsor Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh my.
No. now it's onto the Nintendo Switch.
Get 10% off G Fuel with code DANG.
Go wait,
Code
hold on. No, let's not do that.
None of these sponsorships are real. Please don't sue us.
And shouts to
Continue.
Ghost Hand as well. Yeah, all right. We'll go ahead and call it here. Good podcast, everybody. Yeah, we'll go ahead and call it here. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of DangIT Podcast. It's been episode 411. My name is Justin.
Mark.
And I'm Phil with the Big Titty Pro Controller.
Bye-bye.
And thanks for watching, everybody. Hashtag bye, everyone.
Oh, bye.